Whoops. Can you hear music? Oh, okay. Can you hear music? Oh, okay.
Maybe I should
Hear music? Oh, okay. Okay.
maybe I should
Okay.
yeah. Just
Okay.
just
Oh, okay. It says. Says. Oh, okay. It says.
yeah.
Says.
Oh, I hear, yeah, I'm hearing myself.
Says.
Oh, I hear,
Echo.
I'm hearing myself.
Echo.
Oh, I hear,
Echo.
I'm hearing myself.
Echo. Echo.
I'm hearing myself. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, now I can hear myself. Okay. Good. Okay, now I can. Only you have to suffer.
There's an echo. There's a hello. Hey, hello, temp. How are you?
Okay, it is all working.
Hello. Hello.
I know I originally had something else planned, but people happened, and sometimes I like people, sometimes I hate people. And, you know, I've been hair maxing today, a little bit. I'm focusing all my fury and holy wrath to get away from the brainworms.
Get away from the brainworms.
So originally I was going to do some stupid gimmick, whatever, go review GFEs, but then I saw this, and I've been sick. I was not in the best mood for a little while because it's been on and off, but this just really just set me off. And I'm like, no, I need to rant. And this is, will this accomplish anything? No, it won't. It'll just be me being angry. I'm not as angry. I've cooled down, but I don't know. I was kind of worried, like, oh shit, is this actually a good idea? You know? But then I cooled down and thought, like, yeah, so I'll be talking about this. So I'll wait for a few minutes, see if there's any other losers are coming by. Is there another loser? How many losers are there? Well, a couple of losers. Okay. So I guess I'll just wait a moment and take excuse so I can also watch Ramie's BFE stream. Valentine's stream. Waiting for the date to show up though. It's long. So, okay. So yeah. So I'll be talking about this. I don't know. There's just looking a lot, just fuming and anger. But also to say, hey, why don't I talk about a bunch of other stuff? Because this is a reoccurring thing that's been happening for years, like probably since the dawn of time, but with the internet age, it just seems like it's going in the top left. Oh shit. Top left of what? Oh, you're talking about, okay, so this artist, weird name. I don't know. There's this. I don't know. Maybe temp. Maybe you know. But there's this weird. She's like no skirt. Yeah. So what is? Actually, let me pull it up. Let me pull. Boop. So this is Cream the Rabbit. from the hit series Blue Hedgehog. And this artist, they've been drawing some Sonic characters recently. They've also been doing a lot of like Pomni, Digital Circus. And they drew this one. And Cream, it's like, oh, just one character. So I remember saying like, oh, there's Cream, and then there's Sonic Cream. Cream Fusion? That's kind of, oh dang. I kind of like it. It's a little odd at first because especially it feels like very out of place for the rest of them. But yeah, no shirt side to like, instead of the skirt, it's like a leotard, but it's a leotard that's supposed to kind of like be shaped like Sonic's, like torso. How he has blue body and then white, but then instead of just making her just completely, it's like, oh, it's a leotard. So I saw this like, oh, that's neat, and went about my day, and then I saw this someone tweeting this, and it's like, let me get to the quote. Tweet. Let me see if I can get to. Shit. There's a specific one. There's. Oh no. Oh gosh. Okay. Just put this down for a second. So as you can see, this there we go. As you can see, this person says, so how long for people to realize these are AI? And so obviously like, oh fuck, is that AI? And then if you kinda, okay. This is very messy. I did not plan this through very well. But if we look at it, I've personally seen a lot of like AI art where it's a bunch of characters, and the biggest contention is obviously Cream the Hedgehog, and this one right here where she has like her ears back. And so it's like, yeah, and then people are like, oh, there's weird things like, oh, the shoe looks weird. There's like weird lines right here, and so everyone's nitpicking. Oh, why is this vanishing? Why is this line continue? Oh, this is AI. This is AI, guys. Did you not know this thing's AI? Isn't it weird? Is it degenerate? What a liar. And so everyone starts dogpiling, and then they also have to like, not just that, they also have to play, oh, it's a pedophile. Whoa, Cream the Rad with it. She is canonically like 2.5 rabbit years old. What degeneracy is this? And I thought, ah, shit. And so at a glance, I think, oh, but then I started looking into it more, and I started like, no, this is not AI. This is not AI. This person will argue like, oh, oh shit. Zoom out a bit. They're pretty hardcore about, oh, this is like, oh yeah, this is something you might see in AI. Weird wires. Backwards hand. Oh, whoops. I'm a little. Me, get the fuck out. Okay. Yeah, so this is real. Now, if you look at all these and look at, I can understand why someone might think it. People then go into like, oh, they nitpick and they go and see everybody else's, see the other stuff that he did, and it's like, oh, it's because there's weird wonky stuff. Ooh, what is this? Why would Cream all of a sudden be Sonic? And I'm like, these people have never heard of fusions before. But yeah, so the ears, the shoes, and then there's a lot of other nitpicks that also go into like you know, other art they've done. And so I can kind of understand where it's going with it. After I cooled down my head, I'm like, you guys are a bunch of retards. You're a bunch of big 15s. I hate you. I can understand why they would think this. Now, there's an explanation for all of this. The art is all these inconsistencies, you know. And they're just mistakes, quote unquote mistakes. I want to say, like, a lot of the ones that they point out is like, oh, there's all these weird lines. These are consistent. If this was AI, you wouldn't have like, the lines kind of cross over, and the line crosses the cheek, crosses the legs, and the shoes, you know, and it's for everything. If this was AI, it would be, you wouldn't see it like everywhere, and it's pretty uniform. Like you see this whenever there's like two ends meet, no matter what it is with the black lines, you're probably going to see that. So that is not a, you know, mistake. You know, people might say it's sloppy. That is a design choice. That is part of their, you know, their choice on how to do things, just to leave a little bit of that mark. It's kind of like how some artists will like leave some of the sketchy lines. Like I'll do that in some places, sketchy lines instead of like erasing so everything's smooth. So it's a little quirk, and I can understand why people might think, oh, that's kind of weird. But that is not, it is way too consistent. And if you look at, let me see if it's on the other ones too. Oops. Oop. Yeah, so just on this one here, you can see, you know, they're crossing the lines, and what that says, kind of art, is that they flick a little bit harder. How to explain? So they make their line, and then instead of stopping or erasing, they just purposely let it. So I don't know. I haven't thought of how to explain it the best, but it's just like, oh, okay, it's like a weird, it's part of their signature. It's their signature quirk. Now with the one that everyone points out, whoa, what the hell is that? Is that why is Cream Sonic? Because it's a fusion. This stuff used to be really popular. Yes, it's consistent and you don't see a lot of the other weird wonk. Like, there's some weirdness, but I'm going to chalk it up that it's just artist error. Now, it kind of looks weird because the rendering is really spot on. Like, it's you know, the lines, there's kind of like, so it's like a little bit sloppy, but it's controlled sloppy, but the color and the shading and everything else is on point. So when you have like all these little stuffs along with, like, you know, the coloring, like really good coloring, solid coloring, but then like wonky shape and wonky lines, it makes it's kind of weird. It's kind of opposite, like, what? And again, I can understand why that be, but I'm trying not to be too angry about this. Hello, JPez. This is Cream Your Pants, the Fusion Hedgehog. Now, one of the things that, and this is what brings up the, like, the, ooh, pedophile, ooh, lolly stuff is, as you can see, it's not, it looks like she has a camel toe, but if you go by what we talked about earlier, you can see her tail, like it's supposed to be like Sonic's tail, and it does the flick in the back, and he decided to do, she, whoever this is, decided to do it in a kind of an odd place. Maybe it was on purpose. Maybe it was a tactical camel toe, but I think it's also easy to chalk up, oh, it's just him doing his little lines. And there's kind of like a little bit like, oh, why is this triangle there? I don't know. Just extra quills, I guess. And I guess it's possible that and people are like, oh, he traced over because the image is so good, but then he traced over it sloppily. You can see all the mistakes. Like, no, that's consistent with all of them. Unless he's like, they are like, doing it on purpose. They do it for everything. So yeah. So as the title suggests, this troglodyte really doubles down hard. And even then, when people are like, "Hey, they try to explain it. They try to give them proof, and like, no, this is consistent. Just like, what a bunch of AI sibs. It's pedophile. Disgusting. And like, oh, why is the hand backwards? Because that's like, oh, that's such a oh shit, I'm my head's in the way again. Get out of here, me. Because you see, oh, the hand's backwards. I would also chalk that up to a mistake. Because do you know how many times I've seen? I have seen like a lot of artists who like make a piece and it's like, oh, the hand's backwards. Like, it happens enough that, like, yeah, I believe it. Now there's an... Uh-oh.
Hello, Raider.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, Raimi raided into Nicola. Oh, she raided into Nicola, not me. Whoa, she hates it. Anyway. So another one's like, ooh, look at this. There's a weird highlight color that's kind of odd. Like, okay, let me try and fine. So yeah, let me try and find that one. So yeah, as you can. So here's Rouge Bat. If you look closely, I don't know if you can see it. You can also see kind of the. Oh. Stuff. You can see like the crossover lines. Let's do this by media so we don't because so I don't know, like with a lot of these like Asian artists, Japanese artists, they'll have their weird codes like as their handle, and then show, and then the stereotype is, oh, they post multiple things, like their gotchas, cute animals, and then hardcore porn. So okay, this is the one that she's talking about, or this Liz Nove troglodyte is talking about. He's like, why is the hair weird? So if you look at, oh, it's kind of, let me put this, put this here. So so you see, okay, there's Amy. She's dark shadow, and then the top of her quills are kind of highlighted. And so I'm going to guess that they took a stylistic choice of like, oh, the top ones are, lighted up, and they're like, I'm going to do fancy, color highlight experimental thing. And because there's also like the weird that's like, okay, these are supposed to be like rough. It's a little wonk, and again, I kind of understand why people. It's easy to get people to think, oh, this is AI, because it's a little weird, and there's kind of like choices that don't realistically make sense. But I think it's more of a stylistic choice, and there's nothing else in here like the hands. Fine. The face looks fine. The hair looks fine. Hammer. Looks like an energy hammer. It's pretty spot on to this. I mean, I don't know, maybe he got really good at just like, whoa, like really lucky. He knows how to bake the AI so it's like really clean. One thing I did notice though is that if you look at a lot of their older work, they don't have that line crosshatch thing. It's pretty standard line work. You don't have any of the, maybe this a little bit, but it's not purposely like crossing over a line compared to like these later. Because this one, so all these ones have this kind of like it's like just a uniqueness of the line work is different, and it's kind of it's kind of a weird thing. It's like, oh, it went from clean lines to having like all these intersecting cross lines that are all consistent, and there's like kind of weird stuff, but part of it's like, oh, he's trying to like experiment with stuff, and others like I think just like artist error again. Here's Blaze the cat with her with her backwards hand. We got Rouge. People are like, oh, the wing is kind of weird. Why does the wing look weird? Because I notice that, because it's something I kind of do. They're trying to like do like a bunch of different weird poses and weird angles. So I'm guessing is like, oh, the wing's kind of doing this on this angle, so you see it. But then, how do I explain it? The wings are kind of curved, I guess. I don't know. Does it make 100% sense? No. Really, I can kind of see where we're going for it, but it does kind of look wonky. But, and then here's some other work. Again, very like consistent. This is all pretty consistent. And see here, you can like, here's proof of them like, oh yeah, here's the line work. Like a work in progress. Now, it'd be nice if they also had like ones that are like also color, because people can still say, oh, it traced around it, and these are a really good tracer. But I don't think so. And I do see like, because there is kind of like relatively the same like way that he shades and draws a little bit. We can probably nitpick, and I'm not sure why the line work, because that's like I can imagine like someone like saying, oh, they used to be artists, but then they got lazy, and so they turned to they fell into AI. They're going to use AI. Like, okay. Oh, I just realized. So when I was saying earlier, what the heck is this, a little extra horn? Well, that's, she just has that. That's part of her. She has these little extra horn things. I don't know. Hair tufts, hair horns, I don't know. It's part of her hair. And the third really big thing about this is like, what the heck's happened to her ears, because they're like back at a weird angle where you don't see them. At first I thought, oh, these are her ear. These would be like the tips of her ears, but then like, oh no, that's a completely separate thing. So I don't know. So either like, oh, it's a weirdness of the AI, or you just decide, oh, what would she look like if they were just at the right angle where they cross back? I don't know, like a more. It's almost like, you know how when you slick back your hair? That's kind of how I see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving this artist too much credit, but everything, from my perspective, what other people said and conclusions we came to, any of the weird wonkiness, I just think it's just human error, or just kind of like, sloppiness, quote unquote. Yeah, it looks like he's just playing with her designs. And yeah, so... And obviously, people are super rational. You know, they totally, like, they'll see the evidence and, like, they'll see, like, other artists and, like, hey, this not... Like, yeah, there's, like, a... kind of a weird change in, their art style between, like, here... So specifically the line work, Raimi, since you weren't here, I was talking about, so do you see how there's like these lines that constantly cross over one another where you wouldn't normally see that? At first people thought, oh, that's AI or it's sloppy, but no, you see it everywhere. You see these little lines crossing over weirdly. And so it's a artistic choice to leave this in. Okay, and I was kind of saying it's kind of like when you're doing a sketch, some artists might leave the sketchy lines. Yeah, and unfortunately, one of the things that got people also calling this person like a pedophile is because you know those cross lines. Well, they had it for the tail. You see it, but it kind of ends in an unfortunate spot. So it looks like, yeah. He didn't clean up his lines. I would say he just purposely made it like that. He purposely flicks it, and he decided to keep it like that because in the other ones that he did, oh gosh, let me. You'll also see like, okay, there's like cross lines. Usually when it's like at points or if there's like lakes, this one doesn't have it as quite much. It's quote unquote more clean, but you still see it, and it's like consistent with all like these 4 images. Yo, Segs, not bad Sibley. It's not Segs. She's a minor. What are you, a pedophile? Ooh, that character has this fictional pixels has numbers. Ooh. And yeah, so this early work just has like really clean line work, and my guess is because a lot of these artists, Japanese artists, I don't know, is they'll appear and then they'll just get Menhera, I can relate, and then leave, and then they'll pop up again. So I'm guessing, what I'm going to guess is this is like all his older work, and then sometime, you know, he's like, yo, what if, I don't know, he's like, yo, what if I did the lines like this? And maybe it's because he's trying to do it fast, because he's like, oh, you're trying to do a lot of posts, so it might be a little sloppier. He just kind of like, oh yeah, I kind of do that, or maybe he purposely tries to do that. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, there's sloppy, quote unquote sloppiness. There's some errors, like the boot looks a little weird, and there's like one of these has just kind of like weird wonky textures. Let me go back to this bitch. Like he's saying, oh, why is this like this? And yeah, that looks kind of weird and sloppy, but I don't know, it looks clean. It looks a little too, the bat wings of consent, yes. To me, and maybe this way of coping is, I think you just didn't try that hard with the, with the line work, because it looks a little too clean. It doesn't have like that, I don't know. When you do get this with AI, it's a lot messier. I don't know. Probably cope. I am coping. Maybe that is the one case. Backwards hand. I see this. I see this all the time with a little bit more quote unquote amateurs. I don't know. He's really good, but you know. And then wire. I don't know what about the wire. You know, maybe this is AI, but to kind of show how much people are like, because if you look down here, a lot of it's like, oh, this is pretty positive. And then everyone's like, why is there a camel toe on Sonic's quill drawing? She's younger than Tails. Oh, obviously these people haven't looked at it enough and thought through, and they just have this. When I know it's funny when you get like, oh, this person, they're doing something I hate. It's really easy to like get blinded. You know, I've been guilty of this. I'm going to be very careful with these because on some of these, because I decided to like look into like a bunch of different cases. But these are like kind of mostly okay. Just every once in a while, like, oh, that's kind of weird. Or, oh, why does she have a camel toe? It's when you go into the quote retweets. So view quotes. Hey, stop liking this AI pedo shit. Look at this cool human pics. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're just looking for, just looking to clout chase, you fucker. This is why I hate is like, people are like, oh, hey, there's like a controversial take. Here, let me shill it. Even if they're wrong and, you know, if they're told they're wrong, obviously they're just jumping on this just to get some clout. And I get wanted to get clout, but fuck you. Because this witch hunting for AI, because this is a new thing people have been harassing artists about before. It was like skin tones. Oh, you're using the wrong hue value on the skin. Ooh. There's also like lollies. Oh, she's child coded. You just put tits on a child. Ooh. And this is the new witch, the new boogeyman everyone is coming after. And yeah, please be so for real. Besides the awkward hedgehog fusion and Cream's ear disappearing, I couldn't get Cream's cuffs right, and the other song Blaze's left hand, boo 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 boo. And it's like, quick way to make me never follow. Yeah. Yo, and it's like, yo, look carefully at the way the gloves are drawn. It's messed up. And it's like, okay, if you just think, oh, why are there weird lines? But then if you look at like, oh, the cross, that's part of the cross. It looks kind of weird, like it has these weird folds, is because, okay, the arm line, boom, 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 and he decided to leave it in. And apparently that is enough as evidence against this person that AI, you know. And then you have dumbasses like, it isn't a... Why is Cream built like Shadow? What? That's cursed. Why would she look like Shadow? Ooh, only AI would do it. These motherfuckers have never heard of fusions before. Is this a child? Let's see how old this bitch is. And Minor, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. I don't... They then, any neo-pronoun, fuck off. Get out of here, kid. Disgusting. Oh, what's that quote? Every day. My master's got deleted by YouTube, so you get how I feel about these people self-promoting. These, yes. But these fucking kids, they come on here, they don't know shit. They think they're hot shit because they're teenagers, and they're like, oh, I know everything because I can think critically now, quote unquote. They're fucking dumbass because they're blinded. You don't know shit, kid. I didn't know shit back then. You don't know shit back then. And then there's like, this guy's like, Jarvis, exaggerate every single light to extend comically past its destination so they look like it has human mistake. Oh. So this guy, he's almost there. He's almost there. Like, oh, like if it was just like every once in a while, and if they were pretty random, I would say yes. If that's possible. And some of them he's kind of cleaned up. And I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Yeah. But to me, this just seems like an artistic choice because it's just like constant. And in this one, it's not like super constant. And since this is like an earlier one, maybe they're like, they didn't, it was more just like, and they didn't, and so it's a little bit more random because of that. I don't know. I don't see anything that indicates like AI. This is all consistent in all their stuff when they started doing this. Okay. Ugh. Get out of here, Rouge, you whore. So this, yes. So the one that started it all, this bitch, or I don't know. I'm gonna assume because this was the big one that really popped off, like big number. And then yeah, and like before, like they show their line work. You could argue, oh, where's the color? If they shot color process, that would absolutely just like no, kind of shut people down. But I can also, like I think I said this before, you could also say, oh, he was doing it for real this time, but then this time he caved into AI and then he tried to trace over and like you know, kill all AIs, kill threats, bro. Learn to draw without an A, bro. It's not that hard. And then they show off like, okay, nice, cool. How can y'all not look at the first? Not really. This is AI beyond me. It's because you're dumb. You're a dumb asshole that doesn't know anything about art. You're an amateur. You're a bitch. You hear someone say, "Ooh, he's got AI," and then you freak out. You get bloodlust, and you just want to be a moral crusader. Dragon Balls in the QRTs, yes. A lot of kids, a lot of Dragon Balls. Also, it's possible this guy also was like, oh, they can't tell from like left hand, right hand apart, and actually, I used to have that problem when I was young. Like someone's like left, right. Oh, which hand? Oh, that. Oh God. Oh God. I'm left-handed. Fucked up. No. But yeah. Somehow in the nudicer. Ooh, I'm nudicing. Funny thing. Okay. So it was like, why does the concept of this artist feel so fucking empty and computer generated? So let's go back to some comments. It's like, thank you very much. I'm so happy to call it masterpiece. Emojis. If you couldn't tell, they're Japanese. And if I had to guess, they were using, like, you know, translator AI or whatever, either like Google Translate or whatever AI translation. And so, of course, it's gonna be kind of like roboticized. And they're trying to also be really polite about everything, but they're also like, oh, hey, you know, very Japanese. I don't know. Maybe Temp will have more insight on that part. But that is something I noticed with a lot of Japanese artists that like get noticed by like the Western sphere, and it's just kind of like a general like deep bell props, yeah. So, and then they're like, oh, Connie Bunny, ooh, because there's a couple of like, ooh, whoa, and because people are like, oh, it's camel toe, oh, and so of course you're gonna have a couple of those folks. And you know, that's a whole different argument I'm kind of tired of, and I don't want to really get into depth. And I think everyone agrees it's like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I'm not sure if this is on purpose. Like, fuck it, this is real art, and it's like, shit. That's why I love saying I don't see a ton for this one, but there's a thing when it's like when there's like a design or like someone AI like, oh, the design is ugly or bad, I'm going to fix it, I'm going to have redesign, and then they're like, this is how you actually draw. Oh, you're using it. This is how what a real artist like, and it's just like, shit looking. I'm like, are you trying to impress people? If you're trying to like persuade, like if you're trying to persuade the people that are on the fence with AI with that, and I don't think they are. They're just, haha. It's part, you know, trying to sell their art using a controversy, and part just like, you know, haha. I did my part, got him. But if there's a norm that's like kind of on the fence of like a just a neutral party that's on the fence of like AI art versus whatever, they'll see the AI art like this or something, and then they'll think, oh, this looks a lot better than whatever shit you drew. And so, in a way, I think you might end up pushing people that you could have convinced into like, they're just bitches because they're jealous. And I, you know, not saying that jealousy isn't a part in a lot of this, but you know, you get a lot of these turds that are like, you know, no one's forcing you to draw. If you can't draw, don't learn how to. It makes a censoring image like this. Ugh. So yeah. You know, they're like, oh, not likely, generate AI. No, I'm very skeptical about this. Because you can, like, this is very, I've seen, like, this get, like, used to, like, attack artists. Like, oh, your thing is absolutely AI. But this isn't perfect. It's an AI too, so it's going to have a lot of the same flaws as the AI generation, because they both use kind of a lot of the same process of like detecting, you know, the pixel orientation and then trying to, you know, match it. I wish creatives weren't ill in the head and regarded so often, man. Yeah. It's either, yeah. Like, art. The biggest enemy is the artists. You know, the other artists. The artist community's biggest enemy is the other artists. You know. As someone with a hyperfixation on Sonic the Hedgehog, I think it's crazy that your AI generated white. It's cream, not white, you Neanderthal, and call it cream. Like, fam, this is clearly not a fucking rabbit. I am so... Seriously, has no one seen a fusion? Has no one done fusions? Has that, like, dropped in popularity in the last, like, 10 years? 24? Okay. A little bit older, still a zoomer. Tard. And yeah, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but it's to get, I don't know what that means. All the stuff people are saying claim that air just start stylistic choice. Yeah. I know they're... yeah, what does... I build lag up here 24. Okay, you know what? No, we're not gonna scroll through these individual people's stuff. We're not going to beat that. Also, okay, I want to get this out. I probably should have said this in the beginning. If you see any of these people, don't... Anyone that I'm talking about, you know, don't fucking harass them. Don't send death threats. Don't DM them, whatever. You get... If they're being uber stupid, or if you actually have, like, a good comment or something, but don't just go in like, haha, you stupid retard. You mongoloid. We can say it in here, but... Yeah, old man, no, I'm not... Oh, I'm old. Oh, I'm OG son. No, ooh, old. I don't know. I kind of stopped caring. Off topic. That was something I stopped caring like the day after I turned 30, because I always had this like, oh no, I only have 30 to get my life again. Because I kind of like, long story short, I kind of like gave myself a time period of like, no, I'm going to get stuff done by 30. I'm going to have a job. I'm going to have a house and family. And obviously that didn't work. So I had a crisis. Then birthday happened. I was sad. And the next day I was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck anymore. So, and it's like, haha, now I can be the OG song now. Haha, I'm a man hag. And I just don't care anymore. And I'm like, yeah, old man, me, haha. But yeah, so... Yeah, so no way means Cream has Sonic quills. Ooh! These people have been like... And okay, I'm going to... Yeah. Maker's coming soonish. Ooh, you get this. Yeah. Trust me. You're a guy, so it's going to be a lot of you. I don't know. Some women just can't get over it. There's someone that's like, no, and they're really hypersensitive about it, but I don't know. I think, generally with guys, you get there, you still get kind of the sound like, man, I'm 30 and I haven't got what I did. But everyone that I've talked to about this, like guys, they also like said the same thing, like, oh yeah, I just got to 30. I got to like 28, 29, 30, and then I'm like, oh, okay. I don't want to kill myself anymore. Oh, I can't say that. Oh, good thing I'm not streaming on Twitch. I just noticed he cannot read. He cannot read shit on the chat on screen. I know I do purposely scuff, but I don't know. Since it's kind of a little bit more serious, quote unquote, I say, well, I'm in a gem. I've been put in a crystal. No, Trump, no. Oh yeah. So yeah. What the fuck is this one? Get Sephiroth XXX, whatever. I forgot his whole title. Get the fuck out. You cannot use him. This man is a gem. This man is great. You are not allowed to do this. Cherry, again, please don't harass anyone. Because that goes against the whole point of this whole video is like, stop harassing people. I know it's like people harassing artists, and this is my specific pet peeve because people are assholes. But please, if you're going to be angry about people, harassing and bugging and bullying artists over stupid, don't go and do the same exact thing with them. You can, like, if you have a good, I probably said things I probably shouldn't because I was really angry, and you know what? I should probably not do that. I don't know. Maybe I need to leave. I don't know. But please, we can laugh at them, but don't go. It's one thing to like laugh at them in our little gay corner. Ooh, this little gay corner. And I trust all of you guys. All you guys that I know. I trust you not being those kinds, unless Sinnoh's here. Is Sinnoh Tatter's here? Because I know they would do shit like that. It's Fast here. Of course, Fast doesn't watch me. But yeah. Oh god, I forgot. They did the meme. They're pointing out. Ooh, look at the line. Oh wait. Wait, no. Give what I love so much and adore very much. I only dare to point out odd areas from Perfect Peace, but do with the. Okay, saying it is kind of weird. I'm saying these are weird, but they're kind of being like neutral about us, I guess. I don't know. A lot of them you can say odd quill placement again. I would say just kind of like just error. As also, I don't know. I'm a worse artist than this person, but we all make mistakes. Not every Asian is Autismo art computer, and if you really want to nitpick a lot of those really good Asian artists, you can totally nitpick them on stuff too. Everyone makes mistakes. It's just this one probably makes more mistakes, and then people are so hyper fixated because they're trying to find things because AI. I don't remember having the so arm. I don't remember having her arms. I don't. Oh, he's talking about. Oh, the triangles. Yeah. So if this was AI, they would not be in literally every spot. They'd be weird and they'd be missing. Again, unless he's really cracked about generating AI and just got super lucky. There's just too much consistency over everything. There's not weird pixelations. There's not weird AI smudge. So yeah. So errors, but because balding. Normies hate normies. I hate these people. Leave fucking artists alone. Like, because it's like, okay, if they're actually like tracing or stealing art, that's one thing. But then also, it's like, even if they do something bad, is that like enough to like bully them? I guess I don't know. If they're like a pedophile, yes, go. I do not condone bullying whatsoever, YouTube. But if they're actually like a creeping pedophile, I have no sympathies. But yeah. As you can see, Dead giveaway. This AI, and everyone's so focused about this, and I can like again, I can kind of understand it because it's just, oh, they're all rogues, and then all of a sudden she's Sonic. All of a sudden, oh, she's like a Sonic version of Cream, and it's like, again, people don't know fusions. First off, this is AI. This guy put zero effort into this. Second, probably the worst. Cream's a minor. Don't make sexual images of a 6-year-old. I don't know. The closest thing I'd say is like sexual is like, you know, the camel toe. And I'll give them a little bit because it does look like that. And it's a very odd place to do it. Unfortunate place to do it. But again, I don't think that's it. Also, I'm getting... Why am I getting so many notifications? That's weird. Anyway... Isn't she a minor? I don't know. They just see, whoa, just anime person. You know, they see Sonic. Effort is stripped. Yeah, I know. It's like, ooh, because I think, oh, it's everything's AI. So they just type it, no effort. But even if you, there's a lot of stuff that like wouldn't make sense if it was AI, and then you went, oh, he just traced it up and he purposely made messy. It'll make it look like it's not a. I don't know. There's effort. Even if you did AI, when an effort of like line working, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, I'm scared of a. Do we gamble? Okay, this is fine. I don't know why. Okay, okay. He probably sent like marked it because like, oh, camel toe. Honestly, this is all I need. Those damn eyes being built like a fucking Sonic. It's AI, man. Don't pretend like it is, and no one's going to intentionally draw Cream like this. Only an AI wouldn't understand this stuff. Stuff will. Understand this stuff will. Are you sure? Are you AI text speaking? Great thing about AI witch hunting is you don't have to actually prove anything because it can just point to vague details. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you're any artists, but if you save your files, so layers, so like always save like your like if you have like Photoshop, you know, show your layers, screen cap it, have several pictures or videos of like you flicking through different layers, show it. If you only do like one layer, that does kind of suck, but Clip Studio has an option where it just auto records you drawing when you're like your drawing session, so you can do that. So like, now this is something that like say in graphic design in my field, you were all like that was always the advice of like, okay, have proof, show your work process, just in case, like, you know, because when you're dealing with like, as a graphic designer and potentially dealing with big companies and big corporations with lots and lots of money, you know, plagiarism has a bigger like financial reputation, financial like consequences for actual like stealing and plagiarism. So you need to show your work, and we haven't had it to need it for like ours as much, just because we don't generally have that level of like consequence. If someone does trace and you can like prove it, then it's like, oh, okay, they just go away. But because we're like witch hunting and people are so on about, because back in the day, people were always constantly like trying to like, oh, this person stole, this went tracing, ooh. And we're kind of getting to that point again, but with AI, because people are so fucking freaked out about AI. Yeah, it's being used by shitty tech bros. Yeah, I feel a lot of sympathy for like people that like literally lost their jobs because some asshole 29-year-old dude with an entrepreneur degree said, yo, we can do this cheaper without artists, or we only need AI artists. Whoa. That sucks. But it has led to a witch hunt, and it pisses me off. I hate like, okay, hating people, like hating when innocent people get like shit on for no reason. And maybe it's because I'm biased with like artists. That this is what I hate. This, if they're I don't usually get. I'll kayfabe anger a little bit. I'll over exaggerate. Like, I don't know. You see me freak out, and part of it is like, ooh, yeah. I a lot of that I kind of over exaggerate a little. Sometimes I get really pissy and like, ooh. But a lot of that's kind of like over exaggerating kayfabe because I have really shit taste and humor, I guess. But this is the actual shit that will actually piss me off and gets me fuming. And I constantly, every time I see something like this, or it's like, oh, you drew the character wrong. Oh, they're different. They're the wrong color. Oh, you're wearing clothes that they're not supposed to. Like, it makes it, oh, and then this, I don't know, this one made me cry. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to rant. I'm going to get this out of here. So, yeah. Those damn eyes, you fucking autist. Why would you draw them like Sonic again? Oh, God. Okay. Okay, I'm not, okay, no. I'm not risking that. Weird thing I know is just going through their media tab. They randomly started using AI on the internet, which is when they started doing the Sonic stuff, and after that they have very good drawing Amy, and I don't know. I mean, I've looked at all the other stuff too, and he has a lot of kind of just also sloppiness. It's just that the big thing is, again, the cross lines. And you have that one with Amy where, you know, he experimented with different lighting, you know, like very stylized lighting where, and then saying like, yo, the tops of the quills on her head, her 3 big quills, you know. Brain fart. Anyway, brain fart. I'm so angry, I can't think. I mean, I normally can't think anyway, but yeah, being an artist kind of sucks now because for everyone that's paranoid, someone's using AI. There's another person valiant defending them, and they're kind of in an era where it's really hard to tell now. They're somebody who are artistic but will use it anyway. This is. I'm not saying that there hasn't been people who actually used AI, but more times than not, or at least the big ones, it's been false. It's been tarded. It's been tarded. You're a bunch of Twittards. One minor drawing mistake in Twitter, artists will accuse you of using AI. You'd hate to see it, yeah. This is so clearly AI if you look at it and think about it. If you look at it and think about it, K Momo, are you an artist? Now you're 19, for Palestine. Shut the hell up. Oh. Shut the hell up, child. Ooh, that's ageist. Ooh, yeah, because it's fucking true. Most kids are really stupid. That's when they start learning about the world, and that's when they learn that, oh, the things they used to know isn't actually it. So they start thinking that they're fucking smart, but they're not. Wouldn't be surprised if they're LARPing as Asian chick too. Shut the fuck up. Not to be mean, but I would believe this is AI because there's like high quality rendering proportion in certain parts, then rookie mistakes in eyes and others. You look like that you're automatic, repeatedly proven right, yeah. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, there's not, because he's really good. Like the rendering, the coloring, overall form is really good. But if you look through, it's like, even his like quote unquote real art where he doesn't have a lot of this, there's still mistakes. There's still like oddities. And you know, like I said, not every Asian artist is going to be like super autistically human computer master. There's going to be mistakes, and people are just looking for those mistakes because they have a reason to look for. They're looking for things. Looking for evidence. These people don't, yeah. Because there is kind of like, so, okay, this part, one of, okay, one thing is like, oh, why is this here? And you know, At first, I'm like, yeah, because sometimes you'll see AI and they do weird scribble like this, but this looks way too clean. This just looks like, oh, he put very little effort, and it looks like it's really zoomed in. So it's probably the small details. Because if it was me, I'm like, I would do this too. It's like, oh yeah, they're just kind of squiggly. Yeah, roughly right. Like, it's enough. Yeah, again, oddities. Some of the oddities are like choices. Some are just proportional mistakes. Even like the really popular, big, really good like artists, like Japanese anime artists. You know, if you want to look, if you have the eye for it, you can notice a lot of things wrong with a lot of them. A lot of them have problems with proportions too. It's human. Okay, now we can. Swear to fucking God, amateur artists are fucking cooked. Yes. Yes, you're going to have these... People are already, like, afraid. Like, I was afraid to post anything that's not perfect. I still kind of am. But you have these amateur artists who are already like, oh, my stuff is good. And then they're going to, like, they're going to, like, make mistakes. And people are like, oh, AI. And then people are like, I can't show anything anymore. Another day, another friendly fire in the artist communities. Private pile! Yeah. Another day, another friendly fire in the artist community. No, and... Yeah. And I think what it is, people just see it, they see the weirdness, but they don't know how to analyze it, because they don't. And some of them are artists and they're just like, ugh, they're just so blinded that they're just like, no, it is, here's poof, and they're just dogmatic. Other people are like, oh, it's weird and I don't know. It's like, oh, that's weird, that must be AI. And then because they have that in the back of their mind, oh, AI does weird things and there's lots of weird things, that must be AI. And they don't look into it further. Or they do, but they're missing the point. Again, okay, if it does turn out, oh, this actually is AI, well, I guess fuck me. But I am in the stance that they're not. This is my stance. I'll take the stance until proven otherwise, and I'm all about, like, proven innocent until guilty. Okay. Now, we had enough of this. You know, this was a lot. We spent an hour on this? Sorry, been an hour. Oh, God. How do you people listen to me? I must be so fucking slow. I must mumble. But, okay. Moving on. Okay. So that's... Yeah. So that's where. That. Okay. Ignore that. But here it's like, I think it's really just one last thing. I think it's really ironic how everyone's harassing the for using AI, but if you take one look at their profile, you can quite figure they are. The digital art community is getting so fucking insufferable. It's awful. It's awfully disgusting to see. Yeah. Okay. Is this the right one? Okay. So I decided, it wouldn't be a very long stream. I guess I was wrong. It wouldn't be a very long stream, so maybe I should look at other things. Look at other examples of... All right, not necessarily... Some of them are going to be AI, but it's going to be, like, people getting, like, unfairly shit on. And, harassed and bullied. And some of them are just kind of, like, small time, you're just going to get a couple assholes, but then you also have like, these like big things where you just have thousands of people, poor artists, especially Asian artists, are so reserved and they're already like paranoid and scared of like Americans now, of Western fans, of those damn gaijins. Ooh. But yeah, so this is one. There's a couple. Hello, Lulu. Hello, we're bitching about assholes shitting on artists. So they're not in order, and some of them are really kind of like dispersed. I didn't organize them. I just kind of was like looking through and trying to remember all the big ones I can remember. There's probably a lot more that I can't remember, and there's a lot of these that I find people talking about it, but because the posts got deleted, a lot of it's just gone. You can't find it beyond, because people don't archive this shit unless like it's super big and you can get like it's super huge, thousands, millions of people seeing it. You're not going to get people looking at it and archiving it. So there's a lot of stuff that's just lost. There's some that I couldn't find. I remember happening, but like I can't find it, so I can't really like. It just be trust me, bro, trust me. But so yeah, so This one, I remember this. There's. Uh-oh. There's been. There's actually were a couple of these because this is Miles Morales, but this was like the big shit starter that started. There's another one where it's Spider-Man in Confederate suit, or like Confederate Spider-Man, and everyone got pissy. But then there's ours like I'm black, but that's unrelated. That's unrelated. That's. And then you had a bunch of other black artists also doing like really racist Spider-Mans. Like, this is the universe where Spider-Man's a slave owner, you know. Anyway, so chat, look at this. Look at this, chat. Look at this. What is wrong with this picture? This, again, just so you know, this is Miles Morales. Okay, obviously they took a lot of artistic liberties. It's not, and kind of like goes a little bit, from, you know, the character design, especially from the animated movies. Do you know what's wrong with Miles Morales here? Why am I getting so many notifications all of a sudden? I don't like that. It's making me paranoid. Well, it's like, oh, okay, the first one's like, it looks gorgeous, though I have to admit the drawing doesn't look like Miles, but I'm sure you'll improve. Thank you, I will. It's kind of... Ryan Gosling as Black Panther, yeah. This is pretty, like, backhanded. It looks good, but I admit, it doesn't look like Miles. But I'm sure you'll improve. That's like... Okay, so this next one, can you guess? Can you guess what this is about? Oh, these colors. These colors. I wonder, ooh, what could this mean? Oh, and there he is. Fix it. He was white. Cyrus, he made him white. Look, that's a honky. That's a crappy. That's not a real black man. That's a fake. They bleached him. Now this is real Miles. See, he's dark. He's super dark. You can't mistake him. It doesn't matter the lighting. It doesn't matter the stylizations at all. No, you must know. He's a... Okay, I was going to go a little too far. You know, he is melanated. Actually, I did give up restoring accurate skin tones for color harmony, but it seems like they're indeed better solutions. Okay. So this artist is like, so basically this artist is like, hey, I want it very light, and so I'm going to make him light, but if I make him, but he's a little lighter, but if I try to make him darker, it kind of messes up the color. You know, I'm getting mad at your stream. I've had 30 messages to leave by now. It's not my fault. It's automation, unless you're saying like the 10 slurs that I intentionally, but no, that's on Streamlabs. It wouldn't show up on mine, but yeah, I'm sorry. I understand. If you wanna like type something they want to say, I'll also have like Discord on the side or something. I'll almost have little Discord right here. My little Discord message. Ooh, my little Discord kitten, Simbly. Since you're my mod, you're now my Discord kitten as well. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. So yes, why is he white? Why is he white? I pay more attention to overall laying in fact care. I didn't mean to look like white. In fact, I think black skin is really weird, but you can check my frames if you don't mind, sir. So, artist, he's like, okay, I wanted to have a very light and just kind of like the choice. And he thought, okay, I want to go for lighter because it'll show better and, you know. Damn, getting gay in here. It's, damn. I wonder whose stream you're in. Ooh. Anyway. So yeah, okay, so you can have it darker. You know, it does work, but okay. And you know what? If he wasn't such a cunt about this, if he was like, I fixed it for you. I fixed it for you. See, I fixed it. If this was like, oh hey, this is the one way you can do it. I don't know. And even then, it's still like unsolicited. It's like, oh yeah, if you really do make it just super dark and just highlight, you know, it's like you can. Yep, he looks black. He looks super black. He looks like an African. And then you just have highlight. And you know what? That does work. It's a little bit. It's really heavy though. There's kind of this concept of like weight in art, and kind of one of the things that you can like get weight is contrast, like dark and like with like lights and shadows. And so generally if you have stuff darker, it'll feel heavier, and everything lighter will feel lighter. And so this contrast work, but it also, I kind of see what the original artist was talking about, harmony. I'm not saying this doesn't work, but it's like so dark, it keeps pulling it back in. And this is really autistic artist thing. You probably, unless you take classes or like design, like in design or art, you're probably not going to like, oh, this is pretentious bullshit. But it's very strong in the middle, and it makes you focus on them and not very much anywhere else. And there's not a whole lot of implied direction, which is another thing. So when you're looking at, so if you notice, so if you notice where your eyes move, if you like, okay, close your eyes, give it a few seconds, and when you open your eyes and you're taking a look, when you're looking at it again after you're not looking at it, kind of take note of what you're focusing on. And it's kind of weird in how you read it, because in this one I'm reading, okay, it's his face is pretty dark, and because he's very, very you know, the brown, like he's going to have that reds and browns. Everything else is kind of like cool. There's a little bit of like orange right here, but everything's cool. So you have super dark, super brown, super like reds and browns. So it just contrasts really hard in the middle. Now, I'm not saying like this automatically means, oh, this is bad. You know, if you want to like, oh, it is striking. It really makes him stand out. But if you look at this, very standout, but your eyes are very constantly straight here compared to this. One, you have a lot more finer detail just because of the nature of like dark shadows and dark skin. But your eyes kind of, your eyes don't focus so hard on this big split. There is, you know, the dark hair and stuff, but okay, I'm trying. My Motorola camera when the white balancing is off. Yeah. So it's kind of, when you make it that dark, you kind of have the problem where it's like you have too much shadow. If you want to like, if you're going by photography standards, you want to be able to see everything, most things. And because of the, okay, so you have the dark hair, you have the white face, and because of the sideburns, it points downward, you know? And this kind of moves your eye a little bit. There's kind of a, because there's such a contrast white in the collar, and now there's like a curve, and it makes you look at the hand, and there's kind of like, I don't know. I'm not saying it's very perfect, because there's also, I don't know, the eyes don't quite, another way that you can imply like motion is through the eyes. Have someone, if have them look at something that then like points it. Okay, I'm trying to explain things that I'm not explaining very well, but basically, yes, there's a reason why this would be beneficial, making them lighter than it probably is, over something like this. Now, this is very striking, and this also has a different vibe, you know. This one is a lot more serene and cold, you know. It's like, okay. But this one, darker skin, which means darker shadows, and really contrasts with the white around. It gives kind of a little bit more different mood. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if a little bit more sinister or cynical or whatever, but yeah. But because they're so focused on, ooh, this fan art, the color's wrong. Yeah, he looks kind of white. Yeah, he doesn't look like Miles Morales. So, And I'll talk about it because this will come up again. Why is he white? Why? Why are you? You're so weird. Get a job that doesn't involve drawing minor self-cest? What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what that is about. He probably drew some... These fucking normies. Like, fucking normies. They come into our spaces. They all are weird, our weirdo people spaces, and they bitch and moan. Ooh, this is weird. Ooh, get a real job. Fuck you. Ugh. Try not to be too angry. Not to... Fuck these people. So yeah, and then if you go into the, view quotes, ooh, and then I'm pretty sure there's like, yeah, whoa, racist, not racist, okay. People are like, why is he so light? We want, and I get, I get it. Dark skin, really dark skin, I think it's attractive. And a lot of people who are black and dark skin, they'll also think it. Yeah, I can't even do self-cest anymore. Minor, so you can't even fuck himself anymore. What does this world come to? God damn it. God, there's someone who did self-incest for, it was the Weasley twins from Harry Potter, and it was like a weird thing where it's like, oh, it's self because there's clones of them, and then the clones are like, originally they wanted to fuck each other's clones, but then they started, making love with their own clones. But anyway, that's a different topic. So yeah, okay. So obviously, why are you white? Why are you white? It's like. And I want you to remember all of this for later. I want you to remember all of it because this will come up again a little bit again. If I remember to save it, if I remember to bookmark it, then all this come back again because this has consequences. Not just pissing off, like just bombarding this poor artist who's like, oh, these weird foreigners are telling me why isn't he black enough. My Twitter number's going, no, shut up. It's not. Brr. Shut up. But yeah, so I won't focus too much on it. Let's see, what was this one about? Oh, okay. Okay, so this one, okay. So most of the people there haven't watched the movie because it isn't Miles or Tyler. The one is Bad Boy Alter called Wiles. I was at it. I have not seen the second one, so I don't know. Okay, so this is Yenny. I'm not going to show it because it's not like it doesn't show any nips or anything, but still kind of like I don't know, a lot of sexy women. And so I was like, okay, it's a Genshin character. They've done a lot of Genshin characters. Okay, and they made, okay, she's sexy, she has her card. Can you guys figure out what the problem is with this one? I think kind of spoiled it. What? So let's look, so, okay, you're going to have a lot of, okay, in this you're going to have a lot of, people that are like, oh yeah, this looks good. This is amazing. This one isn't quite as contentious. The other one, pretty contentious. Everyone's like, why the fuck is this white? Why? What happened to him? Why is he an Oreo? He's a reverse Oreo. What happened? But you can say, oh, angry mob. What are they talking about? And okay, so for another one of them, a lot of these examples, the positivity, unlike the other one where it's like overwhelmingly negative, positivity, they'll see these people over something that's really stupid, and then a lot of the negativity gets drowned out by the positive, which I think is like in the good end. I think it was good that did happen, but some of these, it'll be like there's a lot of like relatively negative when there's still negative comments and stuff before it got big news, but once everyone heard, you know, a lot of that got pushed out or they got deleted. But it's like, beautiful art, but she doesn't have human ears though. Oh, cat. He did the cat ears. That is okay. You know what? No, screw this art. This artist, sinner, degenerate. He has human ears with cat ears. Disgusting. But okay. So what are people? Where be? Oh. It's crazy how they do this with every character as soon as they're announced. I saw something with Liney and another one with dudes yesterday. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm getting sick of porn addicts, not gonna lie. And the sexualization begins. Ew, no, stop sexualizing her. For the love of God, that is all holy. Okay. So there's that. Again, I think this is like, it's overwhelmingly positive. So you see more people like, okay, it's like human ears, curse. Yeah, curse. Yeah. We saw these, and yeah, and obviously, this is a little bit more recent than the other one. People are starting to like getting like really sick of this bullshit, and so you're gonna have a lot more people. But also, you haven't had, I don't know, there. It was like in later half in 2024 last year. That's why you get a real big uptick. It's like, ooh, all these gooners, oh, this coomer shit, ooh, porn addict coomers, ooh. Or you start seeing that a lot. So it's not quite there. It was like the only thing that offends me is the OOC. I'm like, okay, yeah. I can understand the nerdism. And here we go again. I don't know how to feel about it. Yeah. So this one, luckily, this was the one I kind of remembered. I remember seeing, and when you first saw it, everything was like, oh, everything looks negative. But then, luckily, people are like, no. Uh-oh, that's dangerous. Uh-oh, I'm not clicking that. Then you have people who's like, get a job, stay away from her, from Atticus. Oh. So, there's going to be a couple that involves this friend. So this is a character from Genshin Impact. Like, not safe for work, alright, so blah. Lamau. Oh, go fuck yourself. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we've all probably seen about the before, but it's like, ooh, character sexy, ooh, and instead of calling this character a child, look at those tits, if this is a child, and I'm going to jail, these tits are worth it, no. It's like, so you got some that like, oh, I hope she's not underage, I hope she's not a minor, ooh. Yeah. And I'm going to guess a lot of like the QRTs and comments were deleted because you'll get people that will come in and then they'll harass them to the point where they'll just also just so. But anyway, everyone was great. No, you guys are retarded. It's an anime character. Genshin fans are really weird. Is that they're so fucking bitchy. And then here's more examples. She would never pose like that. She does not look that. Stop sexually or come to your house. Ooh. It doesn't matter because she could be real and she could be real and you'll all still be drooling. She's a minor. It's all because Genshin fans are 14 yeah, they're either 14-year-old like or they're Yuri fan. And I won't get into much because I don't think I really found anything specific. There might have been something I can tangent to it. But fucking Hoyo fans, especially, but like there's those lesbian crowd, the lesbian woman. They're the most insecure, insufferable pieces of shit. They're so fucking bitchy, and if like you dare go against their headcanon, they will make the biggest shit fit over it. And then when you give them any like any pushback or like, no, that's stupid, they'll automatically play the victim. I know they're not the only one fans, but it's like, oh, Genshin, Western Genshin fans. Yeah, it's because they're all 14-year-old. They get so parasocial for characters too, but get mad if you say something about them. Yeah. And it's not, and but it's not just like, yeah, there's like the 14, but there's also like the young 20-year-olds too. And Tectone, if you heard about Tectone, I won't talk. He's he got big for gachas, but he's also known for being kind of a shithead. He's an asshole, but it's also really funny because he would constantly bait all the Yuri Genshin fans. He'll say the most like, okay, whatever, and then they get so offended because if you make fun of them or like allude that even if you allude that, oh, they're not actually lesbian, it's not canon, they'll take it as like a personal, not just for like, you're lesbian phobic, there's so much lesbian phobic. Oh. I once ran into a streamer doing Genshin character ranking and one of the tiers was begging for more clothing. Yeah, it's already the girls who are OC and never the Eichmann who would never love you, they'd never be OC in my fanfiction. Yeah, so yeah. But yeah, so insane Genshin fans, and it's not just this. There's also like, oh, why did they make him straight? Oh, there's been a couple of characters where they kind of like, there's a leak or whatever, or preview, and they're like, oh, she's so lesbian coded, and then like they found out, oh, in the quest, the male, like the she will have feelings for both the male and female protagonists. Like, oh no, you're racing your, okay. Tectone is a cunt. I will go against Tectone all the time. But it is funny seeing the Hoyo fans and him him baiting them really hard and then just getting so fucking pissed. If you ever see a Yuri fan or like whatever Genshin fan, if they ever say Saphiric specifically, not just Saphiric, run away. That is like the, you know how like the neckbeards say euphoria. I'm feeling euphoric with the neckbeard atheists. That Saphiric is like the lesbian euphoric. Like it's like, it just means like, oh, they prefer, it's kind of like a broad term for this sapphic word is so stupid. Yeah, so it means like you're a woman attracted to a woman, so it's like a lesbian and bisexual woman. Yeah, a mega evolved lesbian. Yeah, if they use that, I know it's an actual term and it's had a long history, but online, if you see someone call themselves that or say something that, be a little, give them a side eye. I know that's sexual profiling, stereotyping, but it's kind of true. Okay, here's another one. This is a pretty recent one, and this isn't the first one. I hate getting that one ad where he goes, I can be, dude, hell no, wait, I can have love eyes? Wait. I don't know what ad that is. Sorry, Trob, I'm too much of a normie, I don't know what that is. Okay, so this artist makes it, okay, so a little bit of context. There's an anime manga series called Boku no Hero Academia. You see Deku, he's this guy right here. There's, I forgot what her name is. She's Gravity Girl, she's cute, but she's a little bit kind of bland a little bit. And they have this guy, Bakan. He's like his bully, but there is a huge shipping war between Deku and the girl and Deku and this bully guy. But there's also like, I'll ship those the bully guy and this chick right here. It's some mobile game that took playing their game or something. I keep getting it as that. Oh, Tectone. Oh, it's something Tectone said. Yeah. So, obviously, this count is limited, so we can't see the whole context. I don't know if I grabbed more parts of it. But, so, here's a joke panel. where it's like, oh, they're talking, and then Bakugan, Bakio or whatever. It's like the Naruto Sakura shippers. Yes, it's this is the zoomer that this is what that. Okay, good night. Oops. Uh-oh. Assembly is leaving. Oh, my mod is leaving. Ooh. Oh. Have a good night. Have a good night, Assembly. But, yeah. So, Bughead, he's a lot of the comedy. Well, he's kind of an asshole, and he's based. If you really take the relationship seriously, like in the manga, it's like, no, he's just a bully. He's not his friend. He's just an asshole. But it's like, but in like fiction land, it's like, haha, it's funny because comedy. But people, they have their ships, and the big sticking point between like Midori and Baki that people hate, the whatever, what do they call it? Baki Dakis, with the Baki Daki ships. It's like, it's abuse. This is abuse. This is fetishizing abuse and bullying. He's just bullying. And so, a lot of hot takes. They're literally supporting abuse here. Actually, that fucking, it's abuse. Baki Daki is a great name, yeah. Yes, you're so retired because the person that you said abuse isn't even wearing a dumb piece of downs. What? Dumbass piece of down. You piece of downs. Anyway, so nothing unusual. And this gets into a lot because this isn't the first time people have been in this sphere. They've been hating each other a lot, especially with the ending, because the ending kind of made it so it's like Deku and the girl gets together, or it's kind of like last minute. I'm not prepared for Alpha Fujos, yeah. When it's like, oh, he's technically more canon than all the Bakugo Deku fans or the Bakugo girl fans. They're like, that's not canon. And they started like, this is it's literally homophobia. Deku and Bakugo, they're so intimate. They have so much character together. That means that they hate each other. That means they want to fuck each other. All the images of Deku working at McDonald's after the series finished was so good. It was really good. I think people shit on it, the ending, a little too much, because I think part was just like people just don't like Baku. But I will admit, it is really funny. It is funny, though. I do like that. So anyway, not the first time. This is the most recent one, and of course, it's the Americans going after the Japanese artists, saying like, it's harassment! Because if you portray it in fiction, that means you want it in real life. Ooh, you're fetishizing bullying. Ooh. So it's not like there's such thing as comedy. Damn. Does that mean every comedy? Because a lot of comedy is based on like either slapstick, people getting hurt, or people being assholes. Does that make comedy, bullying and abuse fetish? Are we all sadists? I fear Toga Chaco Hime Joshi's more. Yes, I agree. They're the only ones worse than this. They are also very, very dangerous and freaky. Like the Fujo Joshis have, I don't know, there are some deadly Fujo Joshis, but Hime Joshis, they're the fucking insane ones. They're the ones I'm scared of. Fujo Joshi is like, haha. The Hime Joshis, I don't want them. They're fucking insane. Anyway. Okay, so that's that one. I might have bookmarked relevant things out of order because I was just kind of like looking passively. So there might be stuff, more information. Not everything's like going to be in order, but yeah. Now this Boil Pay. This was the big shitstorm last year. The big shitstorm. Okay, let me. Okay, and this will actually go back to a previous point we talked about. So, a little bit of context. I forgot to grab it, but so there's a show called. Oh fuck! What is it called? Doka, whatever. It's a new big show that got really big. It's new. That show. I saw a little bit. It's kind of good. It got popular. But it got popular, if you know what I mean. So it got all the regular Dragon Ball PFPs, like Jujutsu Kaisen PFPs, and then a lot of other drama, and then a lot of people was like, there's someone that was like, there's so much racism in this fandom, so much hate for a show that takes so much from black culture, and it's like. What black culture? And the black culture, the show, is I probably can't show you because it's the intro for this anime is it has rap music. Thus, it's this is black coded, and so that started shitstorm. Dan to Dan, yeah. And then, like, artists were complaining, and then all these people were like, "Ooh, we're going to take back. We're going to race bend, our own characters." So let's go back. Let's go back to this one. Remember why this one was bad. Remember why this one was bad. And just a quick overview. Why is he white? Why is he not black enough? Why is he white? This is weird. This is wrong. Ew, gross. Ew, white. And this is a huge one. It's not the only one. There's been other big ones that happen, but this is like one of the big ones I remember. And this was one of the early ones where people started really shitting on Asian artists. So this is bad. So, and I'm not saying, okay, all these people here are not going to be all the people here. Not everyone in this is going to know all about this, but there is overlap. And so, okay, this is bad, so he should be this color. And, okay, this is going to be a two-part. So this kid, they're 16, minor, gross, but whatever. They don't deserve it. I doubt that they didn't know. They just like, yo, what if I drew just a race bending of this character? And I'm going to put my opinion right now. Race bending is perfectly fine. You can draw characters and different races or ethnicities or whatever the fuck you want. It's not going to change the canon because people drew it the wrong skin color, like draw black character white, doesn't mean that all of a sudden he's canonically going to have his melanin sucked out. And I can understand, but I wanted someone more canon, and I know not everyone's going to be it, so, whatever. But I think you can it can go both ways. You can make white people black people white, whatever. This is probably because I spent a lot, I had a bit of my young adult life in the Tumblr sphere. This was pretty common. So this kid, I'm going to give him a bit of doubt. Maybe he saw this and he's being a little cheeky, but you know what? It's good art. It's, at the very least, very good art. Very well done. There's some stuff like, this could be this. But compared to a lot of other stuff, this feels like, yeah, he's just drawing character. And at least it looks good. I can't tell that about a lot of other, like, race swapper artists. But I'm going to get kid, and if there's any, like, quote-unquote maliciousness involving, like, that whole argument, like, it's black-coded. But this kid, Lynn, you know, just artists, they make, you know, black versions of character. Cool. They get shit on. They get swamped by a bunch of people. And, you know, you have the regular crowd like, oh god, they're race swapping again. They're being, you know, they're being hypocrites again. Because up until this point, they were constantly giving other artists shit. A lot of Asian artists for not having the same. You're changing your race. That's bad. That's icky. How dare you? Learn to draw a pig. Ugh, evil. And then a lot of these same people will do the same thing. And you had several years of this, and you got a lot of angry, pissed off people. You know, a lot of them, you know, are actually probably, you know, racist, Nazis, whatever. A lot of them are just, they've seen this shit. They see the hypocrisy, and they see a lot of these normies and tourists. And unfortunately, this kid, the Lin person, they got caught in the crossfire, and they got unfairly, like, swamped and, like, bullied and harassed. They were harassed. The people that did it were in the wrong. I understand why they did it. I just still think it is fucking wrong. Even as something, like, because it's easy to think, oh, yeah, I think this is obviously stupid. Ugh. They're just being, you know, butthurt and being racist about it. And then, you know, it's a lot of people that we kind of put, again, not all of these people are going to be these same people. But a lot of them are. There is a lot of overlap. But there's kind of like this general consensus like, oh, this group, the black anime community, they're being hypocrites. And because of that, because, you know, I'm just an artist, and there's nothing like, even if they did say this, but there's nothing like, oh, I fixed them. It's like, oh, I ended up doing them. Smiley face. It's like, oh yeah, here, this was a popular show. Here is my, like, fan art of them. And, like, a fan is like, oh, what if they're black? Okay. And then they get attacked unfairly because all these pissed off people, because this fucking happened. And what I'm trying to say is there was consequences to this. And it's not just the usual internet people, you know, people, you know, the regular Western people that are sick of this, you know, regulars. Japanese people, I can't find. Asian people are being radicalized. Japanese people, okay, can Japanese people be racist? Yeah, a lot of them, you know, some kind of racism, you know. But in the whole racist scheme, a lot of it was just ignorance, or just kind of like, because, yeah, they sometimes see a TV show with a black guy, but that's it. They're even compared to us with our media, they're pretty, like, culturally insular, even with their pop culture. So a lot of it's just, like, ignorance and not malice. They don't have a lot of, like, you know, like, most of them, like, oh, yeah, black people, okay. But now it's like, oh, God, black people, ooh. You're all the Gamergate, whatever, 4chan, race, culture war bullshit is turning these artists who normally would be perfectly fine, they're turning them racist, they're radicalizing them. And this bullshit that keeps going back and forth because there's all these people, and you're Jew like this, but it's okay when I do it. And then they have their arguments. Everyone's like, "Oh, this is wrong." You end up people getting caught in the crossfire. People are arguing over the stupidest fucking things. Artists are getting, you know, harassed, bullied, getting dissuaded. People are getting death threats. People are just getting angry, and it's just building tensions, and just keeps building and ping-ponging, and no one is coming, like, to any agreement. And so they're like, ooh, so in response, they're like, oh, we're going to make our, you know, black version characters. And, you know, I think in this occasion, you know what? Fine. Yes, I would call this justified. But a lot of this they either are ignorant, hypocritical, or just like, yeah, ignorant, they don't know, or just being hypocrites. Because some of them are like, ooh, it's not different because there's, you know, oppression and all that. You know, I'm talking about a lot of dangerous stuff today, but I'm really angry, so this is going to be like the one time I'm going to really talk about it. And yeah, you got people like, I don't know what's wrong with this. Oh, wait. I went through someone that got really heated and upset when Faptune from Main Abyss was whitewashed by artists. I never even knew Faptune was black to them. And it's like, yeah, people don't know. You gotta have a lot of people, a lot of normies, like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And so all these people that, you know, they're, like, in a sense, like, justified for not, because they have this area of people doing this shit, you know, you can't whitewash, and they see them being hypocrites, but because, you know, they let their anger go, and they're like, oh, because they're the asshole, we get to harass them. They now look like the assholes, and they harass the kid, and apparently they, it looks like they're back now. Are they back now? Yeah, okay, they're back doing stuff now. But they were like, they ran this kid off of Twitter and off the internet for a while. And then everyone was like, oh, it's just these people are being racist. And there's just this gap and memory hole of like this ping-ponging between assholes being assholes that's just making people more racist and angry. And like, what the fuck's going on? And now like, oh, look at this whole KKK meeting because, you know, okay, black cosplayer, you know, and then it brings up, I fixed deviants. He made him slightly what? Okay. Okay, that one. I probably shouldn't post on the Newtsy one for that. So stuff like that, and obviously, it's a lot like the previous one with the sexy Genshin artist, where it's like there's a lot of like, oh, there's White Nagatar. I remember that one. Oh yeah, this kind of stuff was going on with CSM too. And, you know, yeah, a little racist, but why is that? Why is that? Because you had assholes before them being like, I'm going to fix it. I'm making them black and fat and ugly. And it's like, you're being jackasses. And now all that done is it perpetuated it. And now, in the end, Japanese people don't hate black people or white people. They just hate the idiots who bring their ideas and con and try to change it. In this case, it just happened that the person turned black. Maybe it's because there are a lot of born con in Europe and Japan. Or maybe they have a low awareness of copyright and creative works. Okay. But this guy gets it. He's like, if I'm maybe it's bad translation, but it's like, oh yeah, it just happened to be a black version of the character. They just wanted to do that, and we don't hate anybody, and this is all fucking stupid. And you're bringing, and the reason why we're up, and I'll probably bring up, there's people like Japanese people like, please, no more blackifying our Japanese characters, is because they've been shit on by black people for not making quote-unquote black, and a lot of them aren't even black. It's like, oh, just brown in general, just tan, too white. And so a lot of this is a response to this, but a lot of that's getting lost because, you know, bias and, you know, like I said, memory gap. So you had stuff like this. It's really fucking stupid. It just gets worse and worse. And, you know, we could do all like, oh, we can, like, yeah. A lot of these people, they're like doing like black swapping. They're just doing just be assholes. And they're doing it despite being hypocrites and saying, oh, it's not good the other way, one way. And there's people that are trying to like come around and say, you know, it's not good for anyone to do it. I'm again, like I said, I'm for, you can draw whatever you want. If you don't like it, just, you know, don't look. That brings me up. I might talk about that later. So anyway, that's that. Man, I hope I don't get too much. I was kind of worried I might get too much aggro. Okay, so this is the same stuff. Okay. Here's keep clicking. You're supposed to make it in a new tab. And it's like, Okay, so kind of continuation is like, okay, the post was probably, was it deleted? Oh, okay. So yeah, this person, he's experienced this, and now he's like, please stop making your character. We're not Disney character. So obviously, this someone is very done with this. They probably think that's like malicious or being touristy, and you can get into like the whole tourist thing. Uh-oh. They're trying to say original Japanese natives, and then it's a picture of a group of Tibetan nuns. Okay. It's a really stupid. So here's what I was like. You were all dead silent about when Brazilian Miku was going on. Why was that? Why didn't you care about Brazilian Miku and she's having a tan line? And it's like, but then the person that got attacked was harassed was the person who made, you know, a white Miku. He's like, oh hey, because I think this guy's also Brazilian. There's like, yeah, there's white people in Brazil. I like white. I like pale skin. So everyone, because it's like probably like, oh, everyone's doing you know, dark tan skin Miku, which I prefer. Dark Brazilian Miku, dark Brazilian Miku, Kino, but I think this is still good. How are you Brazilian yet you still whitewash Brazilian Miku? It's a fucking. If you look at her tan lines. What the fuck is that? She's so pale. There's no way she could be Brazilian. She must be an alien. Why is she? That's not Brazilian at all. I'm going to guess, a lot of gringos in here saying this shit. Brazil is around 47% white, and if there's like, I don't have a picture, and you know what? Well, let me just a second. Let me a good Brazilian Miku. I think, is this the original? Okay. Oh, it's SoundCloud. Oh yeah, this Miku. Open it. Okay, sorry. Let's see. So Brazilian Miku was originally like fan art, cover album art for someone on through SoundCloud album. So you know, okay, here's Brazilian Miku. You know. No, tan, dark skin, tan. What's this? Tan lines. That's pale skin. That's pale skin. So, oh, wait. So she's dark, but she has. Why is Reaper? I have another program that popped up on accident. But look at what? Pale skin here. That's kind of pale skin there. Oh my god, it's like a tan. Why are you whitewashing? Because she is white. Because Miku is white, like quote unquote white, pale, but she just had a tan. But she's still white. This is her without a tan. It's not race swapping. It's just she doesn't have a fucking tan. Holy shit. Holy shit. Do you not know how tans work? Do you know how to? It's like, ooh, but why would they Brazilian? They're not. Brazilians are brown. Do you know why they're brown? Why a lot of them are brown is because they're tan, because it's sunny and they're out in the day, but they're still white. This is just pre-sunbath Miku. It's stupid. It's. Which one? Which one was? Which one? Which bitch was this? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so this chick, I'll try and find it later. This chick made a artist leave the internet forever, as far as we know, because she thought it was AI, and I think I have it. Okay, this is another example. God damn it, I keep clicking the wrong one. I hate. So I can't find. I couldn't find the original one because they took it down because they're like, and I don't know all of. It betrayed her. So she made. I think she makes a lot of. She makes a lot of art. Okay, it's gonna be sexy. I'm gonna show a few. A lot of these are like. I'm not sure what these are from. But you know, from something, and she did a lot of. I'm pretty sure. Okay, getting a little too spicy. Ooh, too much woman. Ooh, that's not gay enough. Not enough men. But yeah. You know, anime one, I'm going to guess this is Genshin. And I can't find the right because she deleted it, so I have no idea. And I looked. This is, but I'm guessing from context, she drew art that was either too sexy or it had men in it. And how dare you, and all those Yuri fan bases. I tried looking for it, I could not find it because this is a little old. Betray Yuri fans. Fucking Hime Joshis. Check this. Are they Chinese? I think Chinese or Japanese. I cannot quite tell from the squiggles. Temp, if they're here, tell me if they're Chinese or Japanese. Oh, are you Chinese or Japanese? Are you Chinese or Japanese? Or are you Korean? Korean's the wild card one. Okay, man, I'm getting a little too spicy in here. But yeah, just another example of like artists they get shit on. And it's like Yuri fans, fucking crazy. Uh-oh. Queon, probably Chinese. Okay. Ew, Brazil! Oh, JPez. Okay. Oh, I wasn't looking at chat. Okay, what was... Okay. 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 Let me go back. And there's still a lot of fucknuts. There's still a lot of fucknuts. Okay. Let me see if I can find the original one. So this is a Vocaloid musician and artist. And they made a... Is this it? January. Okay. Let me review quotes. There's going to be a lot of cancer here because there's still a lot of people. They're absolute cancer. Is there a good picture? Okay, so a while ago there was a Vocaloid music video that got in trouble because it, okay. So there's this music video, and it's about this girl, like a lolly girl, and she's bullying, you know, the listener. And it's about her being very, very coy. Now, in the song, it's like called a Small Fry. Now, there is one joke. I'll say one sexual. I will say this is a sexual joke. Now, the fish itself, because there's a lot of fish metaphor, but it's supposed to be like, oh, it's supposed to be like a metaphor for, oh, he's a little kid. Because it's like, oh, two teenagers, and she's bullying this guy. He's like, oh, you're not, man. You're a little wuss. Hee hee ha ha. Now, people mistook this for, what's it called? Mengetsu? Mekagensu? But basically, like, Brett detected needs correction, Brett needs correction. It's that. They confuse it with that. That is, specifically, is a fetish. Where's this? This homo. I saw. Slurs. But this is not Mesugaki. Yes, Mesugaki. This is not Mesugaki. I can kind of understand because some of the, if you're not Japanese, if the original lyrics for this were off, so it made it sound a lot worse than it did. And people. Oh yeah. I wish I had, but like think of like shows like Nagatoro and Please Don't Bully Me Senpai. Those are just like, oh, you can kind of say maybe the Nagatoro one gets into Mizugaki a little bit, but this is the tsundere type where they're being mean to like someone, but it's in the more playful, because there's like the super angry tsundere, but then there's kind of like the smug and bullying kind of tsundere trope, and it's about a girl. There's a guy that likes her, and she likes him, but she's like bullying him, teasing him. But then at the end, she's like, "Just kidding, I actually like you." Now, and then in the lyrics, there's called, is it Zeke? Zeke is the in the lyrics, which means small fry. So people thought, oh, that's penis, and I think this might actually be like a penis joke. But what really, so besides like, oh, it's a lolly character, it's an underage character, is that the voice bank, the actress who gave this voice bank was 9 years old at the time she recorded it, like in 2009. So it's a voice bank based on an actual like minor's voice, and so it gets into a weird like, oh, that is kind of weird. And to me, because I thought, oh, they're doing this sexual thing. This is back when I thought like, oh, it's Mezugaki. Sorry, I have something popped up. And just some, oh yeah, no, that's kind of weird and fucked up. Why would they do that? But when I looked into it, and it's like, oh no, this song isn't sexual at all. There's like one point where she calls him like hentai, like, oh, you hentai, oh, you like me, you pervert. And people hear it's like hentai, oh, it must be porn, but no, that's just an insult. And that's kind of like amateur. It's like, oh, you're a weirdo. Ooh, what a pervert. Ooh, like it's teasing, but it's not necessarily inherently supposed to be like, oh, fetishistic or sexual. Just like, it's an insult. Yeah. And because of that, all this misinformation, everyone gets like, oh, they're literal pedophiles. And I hope I bookmarked, but someone else had really good explanation they cut down. But even then, even though people are like, oh no, this is just Westerners, translation, missing translation. They think, oh, this is lolly, and it uses a real woman. So, and this is on the coattails of another John. Let me see if I have. God damn it! Ugh. Is this it? Okay, no, that's not it. I don't know why. Okay. So, God damn it. I keep wanting to click, because usually when you click, it just sends you to the post, but for whatever reason, it does it to the side, and it's like, no, that's annoying. So you have to middle click it so you open it up as a new tab. So, okay, so we all probably know about, Lollygus Requiem. This is a Mezugeki. This was a music video that by a VTuber where whenever she likes she's normally not a lolly character, but there's like a joke where, oh, she's a lolly character, and she's all about the, ooh, you're disgusting, ooh, and it's like the being the brat that needs correction. This song, yes, this is fetish. People like, ooh, lolly, ooh, all that. And there's a similar one with this one. And I think I'll bring up this one again, but this was a Uno Vocaloid song. And people said, oh, it's a lolly, and it's, and she says, oh, if you beat me, I'll let you do anything you want. And it's like, okay, that is Metsugeke. Not quite as blatant, but yeah. This one, pretty. And then, because of these two, it's like, ooh, he's a lolicon, he's a pedophile, ooh, sickos. because they don't know the difference between Mezugeki and just being a tsundere anime trope. And let's look at the innuendos. Okay, this one, yes, that is an innuendo. And okay, this is stupid. The last two poses are very sexual. What? I guess? May. Oh, and they know that this is tsundere, but they don't know the difference between, oh, it's supposed to be just playful versus to something like, you know, Rabbit Hole or the Uno game or... Well, the lyrics and the singing, there's nothing sexual in it. Maybe I'll look it up in a second. And there's one point where the music video is probably a like a, you know, penis-sized joke. All the other references to fish and small fry, I'm pretty sure that's, I'll just take a word that's like, yeah, it's like, it means that, oh, the viewer is like a kid and she's making, oh, you're just a kid, you're a brat, you're not a real man kind of thing. And then this is a sex joke. So this is going into weird, and I've been thinking about this, and I don't know if I'm the right person to discuss this. So it's one thing, or for me, if it was like actual like sexual fetishistic lyrics with the kid voice. Like it's supposed to be like, if it's like a fetish like this, okay, there's still like a weird gray area because it's like, it's chopped up. It's like borrows the sound bites, but it's like chopped up, and so is it really kids? I don't know. That's a whole different discussion. I still feel like ooh about it. So if it was like a fetishy song, okay, yeah, that'd be weird. Having a sex visual gag. I don't, just having a sexual joke. Like how many movies are there? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too far back to like the 90s. But I remember like 80s, 90s. Yeah, you had like child actors who would make sex jokes. Or like, oh, like in the Goonies, it's like, oh, you made his penis upside down. You broke his penis and you glued it back upside down. It's pissing you. Like, yeah, that's kind of sexual. It's raunchy. It's like with kids, but it's like, I don't know. I'm going to get canceled for that. Oh, no, I'm going to get canceled for that. Oh, they're going to get shit on. The right people are going to see it. But I think, like, oh, if there's, like, a visual joke, a single visual joke, like, oh, there's a dirty joke in there. That doesn't mean the whole thing's supposed to be, like, oh, it's all fetish and innuendos. When it's, like, there's one that is a sexual innuendo, and it's a joke, and it's not like the bad part is, oh, it's a child singing it, but it's but the fetish sex stuff isn't even like the lyrics, it's the visuals. I don't know, maybe I'm being too nitpicky, maybe it's still bad, but having like a penis joke and an anime thing, I don't think is the same thing of like having like, you know, a kid's voice. I like singing like, ooh, you know, all that fetish stuff. I don't know. I think this is way overblown, and I was, you know, and I was part of the problem because I saw like, ooh, that is gross, that is weird, because I read the wrong lyrics and I just took everything face, and I was like everyone else. I was like, oh, what was that one person? I'm like every one of these assholes. Oh, God damn it. It's hardly about smegs. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not an actual child. Yeah, there's like, okay, so yeah, that's what. Okay, this is where it gets kind of weirder. So okay, if it's like a child's voice, obviously. Okay, so let's have another example. Okay. Okay, we had Shadman. Okay. Okay, this is going to get real fun. But Shatman got in a lot of trouble because he drew like a sexually provocative. I don't think it was like over like pornographic, but in the context of what he does and what it was of, and it was Keemstar's daughter. And I think we can all agree that's not good. And so even if it's based on real life or whatever, and if you like, shit, brain fart. Oh god, I'm not the best at trying to make this argument. And so if someone like uses like a photo of a kid or a minor or whatever for like reference for like something sexual, we say that's kind of fucked up and gross because you're actually like using a real child. That is our measurement of like, yeah, no, that is wrong. And even if it was like, oh, it was like 20 years ago, I'm 30 now when it was taken, if you're using that, it would still be considered like inappropriate. Or if it was like someone was 17 and they flashed their boobs, like in that one PS2 game where it's like, ooh, I think it was like the Girls Gone Wild, where one of the girls was actually 17 at the time. Even though it was years ago, that's still technically, child abuse material, whatever they call it. So okay. So would that transfer to the voice if you had like, so let's say you just straight up had the kid and the guy game, yeah. So let's say you just straight up had a kid singing like something sexual, something that was actual fetishistic. Wait, Game Informer, not IGN. IGN kept advertising it. Yeah. So, okay, I think Simply actually went to bed, or he didn't like my talk. He didn't like me talking about racism and sexy people. But so if you had a kid doing like something that's sexual or possibly fetish undertones, yeah, that's going to be fucking weird. I would say that was also weird. So if you have a voice bank and still using the voice, is that still, how much of that is still their voice? Even though it was like 20 years ago, does that same standard first off, does that same standard we have for like visual images, does that equate like one for one same standard as like when it comes to like voice? And how much of that still applies if it's like samples, but it's cut up and it's transformative? Like, is that still enough of them as a kid to be weird? And I don't know. Part of me is still like, that's still kind of weird. I'm not totally sure how to think about it. It's a little bit of a gray area for people a lot smarter than me to think about. You can use that to like, exploit, like have a kid, open the floodgate to allow people to voice AA, chop off voices of kids and make sexual content. Yeah, there's that fear. I don't know, because it's not their voice directly, but it's based on, I don't know what to think about it. Anyway, that was that took way too long to explain that. But, no, my opinion, the Relville song and the thing is not sexual, it's not fetish, it's just like, it's relatively, like, innocent. It's not Metsugaki, I cannot remember Japanese words. And just having like a sex joke that when there's like, a child actor was kind of sort of involved. Well, does that mean every movie that had like sexual jokes in it with child actors, does that mean that even if they're not part of any of the actual like sex scenes or anything, or like being sexualized at all, does that mean that because they had a joke that the child actors were like sexually abused, or that's pedophilia? No, I think there's a difference between like actual like sexual stuff that's supposed to be like, oh yeah, fetishy and sexual, and just jokes. People are going to make sex jokes. Don't make a lot of sex jokes around minors. That's going to be weird. That's not going to be a good look. But I don't think it's the same. Making like, haha, the penis joke using someone's voice isn't the same thing as like making porn. Anyway, I got too long. I rambled. I did not think this through. I'm not the best explainer. I'm not the best speaker, but that's kind of my thoughts. I'm still mulling over it, but I feel like this artist got unfairly treated because we have our own preconceptions, and a lot of people like this, even though you think, oh, they have all this information, yeah, but this does not apply because this isn't the same thing. Like it's like with like sadomasochism. Yeah, there's like the sadomasochist sexual version, but there's also like, oh yeah, just beat them up. Just because like kids roughhouse or young people roughhouse doesn't mean, oh, that's sadomasochistic porn because it's kids getting hurt. And it's like, no, it's just. Well, for Shaman, that was not only for a real chop an image of the child compared to chop up bits of voice. It's like chopping out Tails' child actor voice. Why didn't say Peener? Yeah. You know what? Yeah. You know what? That's actually, I think, a good one. And even then, it's not her saying Peener. It's just the visual anime representation, which is like, so yeah. I don't know. I still feel weird, and that's just my bias. And obviously, these people have bias, and because they have such a strict understanding. This guy knows what he's talking about, but he's using it incorrectly for a situation that does not call for it, because he doesn't know the intricacies of like these genres. And like I said, there's a difference between sadomasochistic torture porn. It's like, yeah, I'm getting off by seeing a woman getting punched and choked, and ooh, and like a movie with just an action movie with violence. Like, no one's going to call like Jason Bourne like violence porn or something, or sadomasochism. No one's going to call the Karate Kid, oh, it's minors sexually in sexual violence. No, it's kids beating the shit out of each other. It's not the same thing. So I think there's kind of some way. Anyway, maybe apple oranges. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I've spent too long on this one. And I think I spent so long on this one because I'm still not 100% sure, and I don't know. I fell for everything. Everything that just jumped in like, ooh, this is weird, ooh, creepy, ooh. I did the same thing. I am guilty. I fell for the things that I give shit and I'm angry at other people for. You know what? What does that say about me? Okay, so here's another one. It's like accusations of like, oh, this is AI. You can tell it's AI because there's weird glitches. What do you mean by glitches? Okay, let's bring up old reference here. Okay, so so you really have to be careful. You almost can't tell if they're all AA generated, but if you look closely, there's a lot of glitches in the generation. They don't let non-followers reply to posts, probably to avoid call. Oh, they. Okay. So we're just going to be investigators. Okay. This is all pretty symmetrical. It's all pretty consistent. If this was AI, and again, it could be good, this would not be this consistent. It'd be a lot messier. You'd see a lot blur. There's a little, they're not perfectly aligned one-to-one. Like there's a little bit of difference. Like this one is pretty different from here a little bit, but that probably because they're probably different layer and it didn't line up properly. And it's also this is also kind of like at a slight angle. I don't know. Okay. So it's kind of pixelated. I don't know. This is probably not the. Is there a full version or is this just compressed? Is this just compressed to shit? Because there is like kind of like. Okay. Is this kind of pixely? The background's kind of pixely, but I wonder how much of that is like, blah, 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 just, stylization. Because the main image is fairly sharp. I'm trying to look, okay. sparkle eyes. There's a little bit of, you know, spill out with the hair. It spills over the line, okay? A little bit there too. Some gunk with the line. It's a little bit looser, like the brush they're using, it has a little bit more like smudginess to it and a little bit transparency to it. The fingers, they're stylized. She has gross proby hands, Skeletor hands, gross, but they don't look like AI weird. They're just stylized like that. I literally do not. I do not see anything that would indicate it's AI. And even this little tiny line here could just be like little swish that they didn't quite clean up, but it kind of looks like it's also like the frill on the pillow just peeking out, which kind of small, so it's like, oh, why even bother? But it shows like if it was AI, it probably wouldn't have that, in my opinion. So yeah, this person, Twittard, don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Let me look at it. They are. I don't know. They don't look like an artist. They just look like a normie. Not that I'm saying that normal people can't be observant and non-artists can't, like. Like, I personally am not against AI in the ethical sense, but I'm against pretending you did something AI didn't, and especially against pretending that in order to sell things that are worth $0. Okay, this gets into value. This gets into, yeah, nothing looks like. So yeah, no, this person, they're stupid. Again, don't harass anybody. Don't harass me. I trust you people, but I'm just, cover my ass. I think, yeah, it's like they're falsely accused. Luckily, it doesn't look like anyone believed it. I think so yeah, they're a dummy. But luckily, this is like, yeah, this person's stupid. And this time, oh, they're stupid, and everyone, no, you're stupid. But, I don't know, this is like everything else, it's like, okay, like, you could I don't know, like for this, oh, racism, or whatever. Like this is just stupid. Like, oh, you draw sex and that's not going to affect your career, but like accusation of racism and accusation of like being a pedophile and accusations of using AI searching. If you're trying to be an artist, that will ruin your career. If you have accusations, like they can potentially like ruin your career. And if this, like, even if you take money out of it, you're trying to ruin someone's reputation over baseless accusation. This is like accusing someone. Oh my God, I think they did this. That means when you do this and you're calling someone out, you're calling out with the potential of, oh, they might get fired. And not everyone, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know. I'll give them a doubt. I don't think they're trying to get them to like. I think they're just dumb. I don't think it was like malicious. But there are other people that are malicious, and this is the equivalent of like your reputation in broader society, especially in like, society, and when so much of like what you do matters about like your communication with other people, that can ruin you. That can ruin your business. That if you're like doing it for money or as a career. So doing this shit with no proof and being an absolute cunt, sometimes it's someone that does on a hobby, but this kind of shit can get people fired. I'm waiting until someone gets accused of it and they get fired. I hope not. But, you know, we have people get fired because, oh, they're secretly pedophile, oh, they're racist, or they're sexist. So how long until someone, like, actually gets fired from a job because someone accused them of AI, people buy into it, and then they try to, like, call into their work to try and get them fired. Like if this was an American artist, you know, if they could find it, you know, people would have try and go to their boss to try and, you know, get them fired. Oh, do you know what they did? They're AI artists. They're cheating. They plagiarism. How could you have a plagiarist in your hire? Blah blah blah. I know I'm talking about a very like extreme case and this, but yeah, I don't know. Fuck you. If you're going to accuse someone, because on the one hand, oh, AI, it's really stupid, but because of how controversial it is, it's not as bad as like, say, like, oh, they're a groomer or whatever, but it, like, in repercussions, but it gets kind of close. If someone is like accused of like, oh, they're trying to sell AI art, like there's like this French, apparently there's this problem where a bunch of French people are stealing art and then using it to AI generate plagiarize people's art with AI. Like, not just like, oh, they use AI, they're like, no, they literally stole someone's art and then try to use it AI to like change it so they can sell it. If that got found out, you just lost your career as that, or at least with that identity. You'd have to go into hiding or whatever. And you know, people on the internet, they'll find you. They'll find you eventually if it pops up again. And right now in the art sphere, that's like saying, oh, he's abusive. Oh, he's, you know, that could potentially get you, you know, canceled. And right now it's like, oh, that's, you know, that's silly, and it is silly, but artists are so fucking deranged over fucking robots drawing shit. They have so much existential fear in their own skills that there's just people that are just fucking deranged, and they witch hunt and just being absolute cunts, and that's why I got so angry. Okay, here's another. Okay, so I was wrong. Sorry, I took down the post. Yeah, so this was a big one. This was pretty recent. So this Japanese artist drew this, you know, girl from Demon Hunter. You know, she's pretty cool. And then this girl's like, can't unsee this, WTF, and there's all like this weird stylization, like weak. The hands are wrong. Oh, the shadows are weird. Oh, it's not super realistic. Okay, hey, have a good night. I'm just gonna rant to myself more. But, people watching. Yeah, so anyway, I'm probably yapping way too much. So yeah. But they bullied this artist off the internet, and we don't know what happened to them. They're probably gone. They're probably reset, because artists, especially like Japanese, Asian artists, are very skittish. Ironically, one of the reasons I want to learn art to do is because I can't do a style I want to do. Yeah. Yeah, lucky for me. That's a good thing about being being a very mediocre amateur artist. No one wants to steal your art style. You have to be really good for people want to steal your art. Checkmate. So yeah. Okay, another example with AI. I think I'll keep up. This was another big artist that's like, it's not AI artists, and they're being accused, and like, see, it's using, and it sucks because this is like the type of artist and art style that AI people like. They're like, oh, that's the good. It's kind of the boring but super pretty, high detailed, like rendered. That's what we want to do. So they just do a bunch of anime porn and that. And then because it's that art style, you'll see that art style like, oh, it's AI art style. Ooh, and then they get, yeah. This was another one. So this is not AI. This is an elfified, sexy elf version of one of the characters from Mouthwash. It's a girl, and people had problems with it. People are like, ooh. So it's like, one, it's like, ew, that doesn't look like her. So we see this where it's like, you're sexualized. And it's not just that, it's like, you're sexualizing a sex abuse survivor. I don't think a sex abuse survivor would like being sexualized. Like, you're basically raping her twice. Kind of shit. It's like, oh. Anyway, okay. Okay, I'm not opening this. Let me fix it just a little. Okay, fuck off, you. Fuck you. We'll go to fix it. Now, a lot of people. I think I played Mouthwash before. Got it. Yeah. Is this scary? Oh god, I forgot how much this one had porn. But there's a lot of people. Oh, this one. Okay, this one's mindful. Oh, okay. So there's a lot of people that came to their defense, but a lot of people, and I'm trying to like. There's like one person I swore saw. So, oh, I hate this. It's like, ooh, her anatomy, ooh, her bones are broken, ooh, her back, ooh, shut the fuck up. It's called stylization. But there's one guy that, what was he? In response to this, he made a comic where it's like, you want to sexualize a sex abuse survivor? She could have gone. Oh wait, no, that's a different artist. No, that's a different artist, but about the same character too. Never mind. Okay, that's a different artist, but basically, dog, people got so mad at this shit, but like, there's no reason she needs to look like that. I mean, it doesn't fucking look like that. Mouthless. I was supposed to be on you, like, bro, you don't even look. Be harder. Ooh, and you can. Okay, there's an argument. People that just like they just see popular character, they make sexy character. You know, grifting. Okay. You know, they're not real fans, you know, but if it's just like, it's sexy art. Who the fuck cares? It's sexy art. But yeah, okay. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, in the story, she's a sex abuse, you know, survivor. She's also a fictional fucking character. Oh, god damn it. I clicked on my bookmarks. Okay, here's a few more. Okay, let's get faster because I think. Oh god. Oh, I don't know why I bookmarked that one. You did not see the monkey. I just think putting skeletons over hamburgers. Yes, if it's just for fun, then yes. Okay, so. Okay. This one's a little bit. Yeah. Bye. Okay, so. Okay, two sexy characters. I think these are Genshin characters, and I think they're supposed to be like the kinda Egyptian themed dish. And it's like, oh, the sexy. What do you think people are angry about? What besides them being, it's not because they're sexy per se. It's because, and this is an old one, this is an old school argument. Let me see if the comments have this. I hope the enemy is okay. Yeah, that's fine. This one's like, I based it off of Egyptian clothing, and everyone's like, oh, because there's a lot of people like, oh, this is so good, good. But there's a lot of people. Why are we dressed in Orientalist clothes? Why? This is so Orientalist. Ew, you're fetishizing like Egyptian clothing. Oh, that one's so. I think that one's so. But ball sack. Can y'all just be normal? So some of it's just like, ooh, Gunnar art. But there's people that. Oh, there's another one's really. Can we stop drawing gay men with softy fetishism and stop drawing Sumerian characters with Oriental BS? Yeah, so not you're you're fetishizing gay men. You're making gay men look like little twinks, little soft boy twinks that want up the ass and want to be called good girl. Want to dress up in pretty clothes. You're driving. She's Sumerian. Sumerian. This is racist. This is cultural appropriation. This is fetishism. Like, shut the fuck up. Oh no, Egyptian. Can you just not sexualize their people culture? I don't know. This one can have, I guess, some nuance because it's like I'm not from, you know, whatever culture. You know, I'm not Egyptian or Middle Eastern that had like clothes that vaguely kind of that inspired this and kind of looks like this through kind of like our pop culture eyes, and it's like stylized to be a lot more sexy. I feel like, okay, if you're from like, let's say Egypt or the Middle East or something, I feel like you'd have more problems with them being gay little homos than them. Oh yeah, Nicola, these are, I think these are two dudes. This is gay, by the way. I think that's a guy. I don't know. So it's hard to tell with some of these. So if you're like, you know, Northern Africa, Middle Eastern, or whatever, I feel like if they're going to have a problem with this, besides like, oh, over sexual because they're probably more conservative, I say it's some like Egypt, they're probably going to have more problem. Oh, it's gay porn rather than like, oh, their clothes. Maybe some like, oh, hello, Nicola. Oh, and Nicola's like, oh no, I got caught by the gay. Hi, Tommy. We're talking about people harassing artists. I've been talking too long. I talked about too much about like racism and AI, which is not good. You should not be talking about that. I should not be. Congratulations, you received 100 messages today. Whoa, thank you, Restream. Oh, I don't think you guys can see that. Okay, never mind. Really, they look like guys to me. Yeah, this one, yeah, I think it's the same guys, but this one, maybe? I don't know. I'm pretty sure guy, but there's just enough like, but is it? Because I've seen like, I've seen like similar art styles to this that like they kind of draw like the girls like twin guys. It's kind of weird. It's kind of odd like that. Without them being racists. I think most like, you know, Egyptians or whatever, they would not see this, they'd see, ew, homos. I hate the shitty Orientalist clothing. I've consumed a little too much Egyptian culture and yeah, they'd be stoned. Yeah. This art is ugly as fuck. Fuck off. Fuck off, cringe retard. Fuck off, good on it, normie. We should definitely take these. Oh, okay. Okay, I see where this one's going. We have the lesbian flag. I'm sorry, Miss Lesbian. I'm guessing that's a lesbian flag. 16. Okay, you know what? No. Why is a 16-year-old talking? Minors, get the fuck out. Okay. This one, he looks. I was gonna say, oh, he's wearing an Egyptian. What is this dress? But everything's in English? Okay, I'm not going to find. Okay, I was like, oh, let's get an actual. Ooh, doesn't know its flags. Ooh, I don't know my homo flags. Ooh, what country is that? Is that Egypt? I think that's Egypt. I don't know. I'm not a big vexillology. Okay, what does this homo? Edward said is turning his good. Okay. No joke. I hope you people go to hell. We spent 2 fucking years saying to stop being racist shit. You don't deserve fucking ooh speak. Explain this to me. Why this is Oriental. Okay. Proud misandrist. Okay, cool. Why is it always ignoring Kavatham? But because they're Egyptian theme. They're vaguely inspired by Egypt. Not one-to-one, mind you, so it's like, oh, they're not whatever enough. Ooh, they're just kind of like, oh, they took kind of the aesthetics. Just like Evangelion took the aesthetic, like a lot of the Christian imagery and stuff for, like, you know, just the aesthetic. That's just the... Glad I blocked a few times ago. I felt the spirit was empty. I don't know. People stop sexualizing Middle Eastern clothing as they... I don't know. Ah, God. Fucking... I don't know. Again, it's not my culture. So maybe I just don't have the say. I just think most of these people just wouldn't care. They would... If they're going to be bothering it, they think that, oh, it's because it's sexy. They wouldn't give a shit about it. Okay. Okay, no, I should... That one's problem. Okay, so I'll speed through this. Okay. So that one, okay. This one, okay. Okay, so this... Okay, so this artist, she, like... Here's my girl group. She draw it and kind of has, like, the same face syndrome, whatever. So people give her a lot of shit for that, and there's a bunch of people that were, like... Let's see. You're defending colors. They're saying a bunch of people were like, ooh, they all look pretty white. Why are they all white? Ooh, you know, that bullshit. Okay, I think she might have even privated her thing, but there were a bunch of people that were like, ew, why is she what? Why isn't she white? And then she defended herself. And besides, also, I think, I don't know what country she's from, but obviously ESL, and she has to use, I'm pretty sure she has to use, like, oh, maybe she just knows English, or I don't know. But she's like, ladies, please don't be so with the MC's beauty. In the end, they're all only micro beauty. Subjected to light to yourself, you need to. How about waking up yourself a wink while saying, damn, looking like a hot mess today, love. Okay. Honestly, let's be real, guys. We're created for you, and like you will always love you and become pro. Okay, I don't... Okay, out of this, she's saying, hey, beauty's objective. This is what I like. And I don't know what she's trying to say here. I don't know. I don't speak Laotian and translated Laotian, and I don't speak woman. I don't know. This sounds like yes, queen, hot Cheeto girl speak to me. I don't know what any of that fucking says. But then this person's like, that part was extremely colorist and passive-aggressive, implying that people asking for diversity just mad because they don't fit into your ideal beauty. Beauty is subjective while only drawing one narrow standard of beauty. Pale skin is hypocritical, but the lie to yourself part, that's straight up insulting. So they start giving her shit because, oh, why aren't they brown? And then she's like, hey, it's what I like, and, you know, maybe instead of, like, bothering what I like, just like about yourself, be happy with yourself. You thought I spoke woman? I thought you did. Not this kind of woman. I know a little bit, but it's kind of like out of date. I don't speak modern woman, internet woman. A lot of my women speak came from my aunts and my cousins, who are all bitchy women who pen heck and they gossip, and every single little problem has to be everybody's fucking problem. But anyway. This one is like, okay, this artist, she's like, God damn it. I keep forgetting. Open new tab! Basically saying, I like this character, Victor, I think from League of Legends, who does gay porn. It's like, I always saw Victor as a bottom, and because people had that's wrong, because Victor's not a bottom, they started harassing her. I don't know how, like, big it is, but it's how much harassment, bullying, whatever it was. Because some of these, when I look through these, like, oh yeah, they are people being assholes, but it's like only like a couple people, and yeah, that's bad. And yet, but you had a lot more people defending them, so I think, and if it's like one or two people being shitheads, and you just, I think if you can ignore them, that's the best. Why did I? Okay, so. Okay, I forgot what the context for this one. Oh, it's like a gore artist, and this guy, Clovophobia. League of Legends red flag? Yeah. Victor is a cripple. He can't talk. Damn. Damn, your legs don't work right. You got fucked up back. Sorry. You have to take it up the butt. Basically, I don't know the whole context for whatever the... God damn it. Whatever the hell this is. I made it because it's like... Okay, you can't see the picture because they changed the profile picture. And then they're like, ew, remember this artist, that gross art, amputee fetishist? And it's like it's another, like, I think, like, oh no, this is COD. Yeah, okay, so what was really weird, so there's, okay, first of all, 16 gross, minor gross. First thing that was weird was, so this is an art, I don't know if I have the artist up, but they try to point the name, ew, this fetish artist, and they're trying to point at, like, trying to, you know, sneakily get people to shit on, like, this Korean artist, because apparently there's a big yaoi, or there's a sizable yaoi fandom within Call of Duty, and the big ship is Ghost and Soap, which they called Gope. And apparently this artist is bad because one of the she likes drawing characters that are they're missing an arm or something. So yeah, that was weird. And also, I can't quite see it here. Is there a good picture? I can't find a good picture of it. But their old PFP, it had like this anime woman eating meat, and it says Clovophobia. It's clove. I wrote that as Clovo. That's clove, not Clovo. But in my brain, it's like Clovo meat. Anyway, okay. Anyway, that was dumb. This one. Luke, if you're VTuber support user and endorse AI, artists and your peers will literally never respect you, let alone trust you. I'm just using now because I don't have money. No, just know we rather have nothing than have AI. So this is something we talked about before. Based on what? What's based? Clovo eat. I'm going to assume Clovo eating meat. This was an old one. I forgot what the context was. This one. This was old. This is Hirohiri. He's kind of like Rev, but he's a little bit more clickbaity. Okay, I forgot what the context was, and I'm not going to watch this video. Okay, here's more Sonic the Hedgehog. So hopefully this one isn't too yabai, but someone as a joke drew this character getting cucked by Sonic. Obviously, kind of a little bit, yeah, by its shadow, so it's tasteful, but as like, haha, Silver the Hedgehog. Wait, that's fucking Silver? I cannot. No, it's Silver the one cucking. I don't know what these characters. I don't know modern Sonic enough, so I have no idea who these characters are. But the joke is like, haha, he's getting cucked. But then this person's like, in conclusion, even though you might not have intended this bit, please fucking delete it. Also, even if the ages were confirmed to be removed, they still have intended ages. They're minors. It can also be interpreted as homophobic. What? I saw people talk about this, so the problem isn't that it's a specific ship. I heard Dr. AMV is canceled for supporting Israel. Yeah. Well, someone was like, he was like, oh god. Oh, I'm already talking about Polo. Why not? Fuck it. This is my one bad stream. He was like, Hamas I think are bad guy, basically. He's like, nah, Hamas, they were cringe. And then people are like giving him shit. And this guy, from what I've heard, he's very snarky. If people give him shit, he'll just be snarky to you back. He's one of the... So he can be kind of an asshole. So people are like, oh, but what about, you know, the people, what about the dead people? He's like, collateral damage, oh well. And then he kept saying, and then kid's like, you're fucked up. And he's like, or I forgot what, but some kid was like, we don't give a fuck. And he made a stupid joke that's like, well, maybe you should get some Viagra so you can, you know, something. And then someone's like, oh, what did you just say to a minor? They were a minor. It's like, so you see Viagra commercials on TV and kids can see them. I don't give. It's like, why is the kid even on here saying these languages? It's really stupid. He's kind of an asshole, but I don't know. People are getting way over offended, and I don't know, it's kind of funny though. I don't know. It's not my fight, so I can't really input a whole lot, but it's not because you know, your ship is bad. It's because you're cucking tangles, and therefore the artist trying to state that Sylvester is better than Wispangle. God, these fucking ship names. Sylvester and Wispangle. No, you can. Why are you making fun of Wispangle? That is my ship. It's just as valid as every other one. Also, Tangle and Whisper would be lesbian if they were allowed to be. That's a homophobic. Okay, so whatever. Fuck this character, girl character, lesbian, and then he's cucking her. So that means he's cucking a lesbian. That's lesbian phobia because you won't let lesbians. You have to steal away lesbians. Start with Spangled Banner. Good one, Trob. So yeah, stupid. This one got a lot of type. Okay. I forgot exactly what it... Okay, so these are two characters from Arcane, League of Legends. They're normally like lesbians, but then he gender bent them. And then people had a did I even save that? People had a big problem with this because fucking Yuri fans. Do what you want with other ships, or do not. Okay. So you have Yuri fans being, don't touch my Yuri. Ooh. Girl, so there's like passive. Okay. So this isn't the worst, but it's still like everyone's being dick. And it's like Yuri fags. Now it's not the worst. Again, it's not the worst. Hello, Amanda Splats. We're talking about lesbians not being asked. Oh, I'm being lesbophobic. I'm sorry. Not all lesbians. But there is a subsect of psycho lesbians that are just as bad as any like neckbeard basement dwelling incel. There's the lesbian version of incel that not necessarily that they don't get laid, but they're just as like self-conscious and just echo chambery and just kind of like into like weird psycho shit because they're just that insecure. Okay, anyway, yeah, small one. Boop. This one, it was another kind of big one. Abe Simpson gif. Okay, bye. So the starts like, I'm going to make a gender bent Miguel, and everyone's like, she's not buff enough. Why isn't she buff? It's this hilarious just Instagram model inspired suit. Let me see if I can find some of the comments. Oh, God damn it. Why do I do that every time? I have to be careful with the quotes. Now this is another one where people quickly like, no, fuck you. This is good. People are being good. And some of the people that are like, don't care would become an anomaly. Damn. Yeah. Death by suit. Some people are like, oh, there's not muscle, and it's just kind of like, it's there are people that are like, oh, she doesn't have enough muscle, and that's supposed to be like playful, like, oh, I like my muscle woman. But then there's other people. And again, people probably delete it, and probably more people came to defend it, so it looks a lot not as bad as it was before. Okay, I have to be very careful. But a lot of people came in to defend it, and I remember there was some like, I'm going to redraw and fix it. But a lot of these actually, I'm pretty sure were like, yeah, I like your honestly hot, yeah. A lot of these were like. A lot of these actually aren't the redraws, because I think a lot of them got deleted and they can't show them. Now this artist is being actively blackmailed for drawing a gender-bent character. Man, this is feminine. Fuck this blackmail artist. So yeah. And a lot of them were like shut down. There's like a day where people were really angry and pissy. And then everyone's like, you're being fucking retarded. And then everyone's like, yeah, we're jumping. We're jumping on the defend, yeah. So, it'd probably be sparse. And in the end, this is another one that can't... I don't think this artist deserves to be harassed, however, I feel like it's certainly kind of annoying that a majority of the time when people make gender-bent, very muscular and buff men, they femme version of them in the same damn body type. Was that one Shell from El Dorado? Yeah. Yeah. I'll strobe just for you, Nicola. You already got tricked by gay, so we gotta straighten you out. Yeah, there you go. You call those web shooters? Oh, so yeah. Luckily, people. Yeah, that one's. I don't know about that. Every time y'all gender band cool muscle character, you just make it a normal. Yeah, whatever. Now again, these are not the worst. These are kind of negative, and a lot of these you could probably just say like, it's the internet. You're gonna have assholes. So at a certain level, you just have to like you just have to be able to like just ignore it, and like, yeah. Didn't they defend whitewashing this? Oh, that's why. Okay. That's another. It's like, oh, this artist, they defended whitewashing Nessa. We'll get to Nessa in a bit. But they're like calling him Nazi because he's like, I don't see anything wrong with drawing Nessa as white, I guess. So this is one people came to the defense for, and that's lucky, because sometimes artists don't get that. But I'm glad more artists are getting aware of when it happens. Or people. Okay, this is why they're racist, and with a few small adjustments, the white Nessa looks as good as the original. Damn, this character who's dark skin also looks really good white skin. They look good in any skin. What a fucking Nazi. And then people were bringing up, like, oh, what? Sure, who cares about skin color? And he's like, remember white Nessa? So he's like, the white Nessa bullshit. Okay, this is where you get the, okay. They are Mexican, so maybe they actually are Nazis. I don't know what any of this says. A mí no porco que te... I don't know if this is Portuguese or Spanish. Miku is Nazi. There's a song where Miku is a Nazi. Now I need to figure out what... Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're getting... Okay, this was the bit... Okay, Nessa. Holy shit, Nessa. And it keeps coming up, too. They don't stop... People keep fucking coming back to this. Okay, so... This person's like, the last time Black woman introduced Pokemon artists drew her as a monkey. That was true. Someone did draw her as a monkey. And then it's got to said artist mocking Aki's. Yeah, okay. He's kind of a racist kind of asshole. but it was in response to people harass, and we'll get to that artist because I think it's up. Okay, well, I think, okay, yeah, so this was one of the artists that got shit. It's like, okay, she's kind, and this was one that people kept bringing up. Nessa was one that constantly had people like, she's too white. How dare you make her white? And this is also when people start bringing up like color theory, like, no, this is lighting and shadow, you know, the whole thing where they take the drop color and then they compare color with the canon. It's like, okay, it's just the lighting color theory. It makes it look lighter in this situation, or, you know, yada, yada, yada. And then, but these dumbasses who started using that as like a gotcha, like, oh, see the eyedropper, they don't match. See, this skin color doesn't quite match this base color, and like, you're fucking retards. I hate these people. Shut the fuck up. You know nothing of art. You're fucking assholes. And then, so you had this. It was like, oh, tweet, and then fix it for you. Please don't lighten dark skinned characters. Thank you. And then so it's like, it's prohibited because they're Asian, and they're like, it's prohibited process the illustration upload without permission. Please do post. He was like, hey, that's not cool. Actually, so technically he is in his right, but he. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing when it comes to copyright, real quick. Whether or not you're in the U.S., whether or not you're making money actually does not matter. Now it can sound like it matters. But legally, making money doesn't matter. It's if you're taking away money, potential money from someone else. When it comes to like copyright in the US, and it's very complicated, and you know, there's like probably differences between states. But in general, if it's like, okay, if it's something like for real, if you're like criticizing it, if it's journalism, if it's transformative, or whatever, or if it's, you're allowed to profit off of that. That's why legally you can sell fan art, or you can sell fan art on t-shirts and merch and stuff. There's also a lot of sections for fair use, yeah, and it's kind of a case by case basis, and it's not like, I don't know, it's kind of complicated. It's not like, oh, I am in my right because I do this. It's a defense, and because it's defended, it's like a really easy defense that it's really hard to like go against if it's pretty obvious. Because we had huge court cases. Like there's this one artist who took photographs of Barbie dolls, and they're like in weird, I think he made them like, oh, this Barbie's a crackhead, this one's a whore, this one's like, you know, alcoholic, and he was selling that as art, and then Hasbro or whatever tried suing him. He was like, you're ruining our, that is our copyright material. But he's like, nah, that is transformative because it's, transformative, you're putting your own message, it's different enough. And even what counts as transformative enough is kind of case by case too. I found out recently the reason for fair use says that copyright is a law created by Congress, and Congress can't pass laws that infringe on the First Amendment. Right? Yeah. I don't know all the ins and outs, but I did have to learn kind of the basic rules when it came to like college and stuff, because when you write papers, you have to be careful about not plagiarizing, and you have to be careful of what you are and are not allowed to like do, especially in art. But generally, so yes, the profiting is not like, now if you're saying, oh, and it kind of also depends on the judge, because if you can, it's like, oh, I'm losing money, and he's making money. That can make it sound worse, but it's not you're making money, it's you're taking money away from them. That's the argument for basic art. There's someone owns it, and you're potentially profiting off of it, and it's not the you making money. It's you're taking away profits from someone else unfairly, and that very generalized. And there's probably going to be a lawyer that's like going, nope, don't. And it's not that simple, but roughly, that's the point of protecting your stuff is it's like you have a right to your stuff, and you have a right to making profit from your stuff, and yeah. Anyway, yeah. So this is one of them. This is not the only one. Some of them have been lost to time because there's a lot of stuff that were lost to time because people don't archive this shit. Okay, this is another one. Okay, I forgot. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. It's not that bad. Okay, this was another big one, I think. Okay, so this artist drew like Nessa, and it's very painterly. There's oil painterness, so it's going to be lighter in general. And it's like, okay, she decides to draw, just like this one's a little bit darker, this one's lighter, whatever. And like they said, this shit pisses me off no end every fucking time someone makes Nessa's skin a shade or two lighter. People go ape shit, including wearing condoms. This art style is white paint and will obviously be less pigment. So yeah, this is a consequence of watercoloring. Is that you're just going to have, it's just naturally going to be lighter unless you really, really try to, plus things just like lighting and color balance, color theory. So yeah, so this was one that got a lot of shit. This whitewashing is disgusting, but this site doesn't feel any malicious. Unlike what I saw in 2008. Oh yeah, this first came out when this first happened back in 2019. When was it Black and White? I don't know, whatever Pokemon game she debuted in, because that was what started the shitstorm. And then it's like, Nessa's dark period. There's no reason to lighten her skin. See, her skin is dark. Look at that, she's too pink and white, and like, oh god. Anyway, I can harp on this. And then it was like, I hate race swapping characters. By support original black artists. Don't think I forgot y'all reacted to Nessa for Pokemon. Yeah. And then it's like, no, don't try to twist the story, because I distinctly remember you guys harassing us for using slightly lighter skin tone. Everyone gets sick and tired of your mess. Yes. So here's like, this wasn't the OG one, but this is one of the big ones that blew up. Here's another one for Mufasa. Like, he like jumped, hey, this is my Mufasa. It's like, fix your art. Scar is a black man, not ugly white. Okay, racist. Okay. Oh. Okay, so if you don't remember, this is an art, but I remember this girl was like, oh, I'm going to have, if you get a race swap model as V2, do you get that? No. If you're black to white, yes. If you're white to black, nope. Nope. Unfortunately. We tried. I mean, we have other ways of getting the pass, but not that way. But people got, like, angry because, like, oh, she had white girl with dreadlocks, dread and black hair style, and people gave her so much fucking shit for that. And this was kind of in that kind of earlier age, kind of like the 2000s and before 2000s, when people were really being fucking obnoxious with this online. This is when you start getting a lot of normies, Oh, okay. I keep forgetting. So, was this the original one? Yeah, so this was the original one. Someone... Okay, so I'm pretty sure this was a I can't remember. I'm pretty sure this is a reaction to... Because there was one other artist who... Patient Zero. I can't think of it in my head. I don't remember who the artist was, but that was the first one where everyone was like dogpiling on that poor artist. And so in response, he had a bunch of people like, fuck you, we're making white Nessa. And I think this was the guy who's like, hey, fixing it. Like, obviously, he's trying to stir the pot, because... Has anyone done a race swap Black Panther? Yeah, we saw it. I forgot where, but we saw race swap Black Panther. I think it was with the Black Dan characters. Okay, here's another one. Okay, so I'm not going to get into like the stuff with Mizu, because that's a whole separate controversy with Proctor and Zakharov. But they're talking about a guy named -8. Now, you might know -8. He did like a bunch of like he did like Mario characters and stuff, like sexy female version Mario characters, and he often animated them to music. And so there's every once in a while you see like, oh, it's like, oh, it's Pac-Man Ghost that they're shaking their ass to the Tommy Trumpet song. Freaks on the ground. Wally Gay, hey, Kara, how's it going? We're talking about assholes who can't stop harassing artists. So anyway, and this was like, this was like before like anti-lolly stuff and like that whole conversation, but because like getting angry at like lolly stuff, kind of like on Twitter, that's relatively new. This was like way before, but -8 did some lolly stuff. And he was on early Tumblr, and then Tumblr found out, and then they started like harassing him. And because this was like when Google Translate was even shittier and he was ESL, he had a hard time communicating with people. And then people started using that as like, oh my god, you're a pedophile, you want to fuck kids. And so this Asian guy who has I think he has some other mental illnesses, they gaslight this guy into thinking he's actually a pedophile. He's like, oh my god, am I a pedophile? And he's like, you drew, I don't know, whatever. I don't know like the whole detail. But basically that, oh my god, you drew, but all the anti-lolly stuff, here, it started with like Tumblr, a lot of it. You sick fuck, you're disgusting. It's okay that we like Shota, it's okay that we like CL getting fucked in the ass by a demon. He's being sexually like exploited by it. That's funny and good, but you, well, anyway. So he gets so upset and he's so fucking worried he might actually be a pedophile. He takes a break and he goes to like get like therapy help. I think mental institution, but I'm not sure. And then his therapist said, you're not a pedophile. You do not actually want to like touch kids. You're fine. You're not a threat to anyone. And he comes back and he's like, I'm not actually a pedophile, but because he had his little breakdown where he's like, oh my god, I might be a pedophile, I need to get help, they take that as him confessing to be a pedophile. And so they just use that to beat him up over and over again over the years. And eventually he just like, fuck Westerners, I'm not doing anything with it. Because before Westerners, disgusting hot to hello Ren, oh no, you're too innocent to be in here, we're talking about evil things. But he was, what was I talking about? Fuck. Brain! Work, brain! But, yeah, so, like, he got big in the West because he made all those videos and people like him. But then every once in a while, like, did you know he's a pedophile? He admitted Drew Lilly a pedophile. And so, and because this was all before, like, you know, people started going against it, because if you were okay with Lilly, he didn't really talk about it, he just kind of, the whole rule is like, oh, you kept to yourself. But instead, now it's like, no, people have to be vocal because these assholes will come after you now. And this was before we knew that. And so there was no one to really properly, like, there's very little to, like, defend him. And so he just left, and basically his reputation was tarnished. And now he's like, he sticks to Korean, like this Korean only website where you have to have like you actually have to like a Korean ID to actually get it. And then every once in a while one of his works get out, but no, he's just in there because yeah, he was popular in the West, but there's so many fucking cunts that kept accusing him stuff that was, you know, not true, which still comes up to this day. People still bring this, and that's why he brought this up, because Proctor, dude, you know, you know what? I'm not going to talk about. I don't. That gets into too much containment. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that. That's totally. But basically, minus 8, he did lolly stuff, and then like people guess him into thinking he might have been pedophile, and then his therapist said he's not. Okay. Here's another one. This was another big one. Don't have to. Art. Okay, so this one, the artist is like, this was the Pop Team. So B Cup, he did Pop Team Epic. This is the Pop Team Epic. So he drew like, you know, Squid Girl, and people were like, fuck you, whitewashing. Oh. Yeah, this one got. I remember this one got a lot of shit. And then I don't know if I saved it, but there's a. Yeah, so some more examples. And then they're like, oh, you're a pedo. Ooh. Pedo, and, you know. Basically, assholes being assholes. And there was I guess I forgot to bookmark it, but there's one that was like, well, damn, I guess Nintendo themselves whitewashed Octopus. Marisa? Yeah, basically that. But Nintendo has like this fan art where it's kind of more painterly, and she's pretty. They made her pretty pale, and so it's like they whack their own character. Shut. So it's like shut. Oh. Okay. Okay, remember when I talked... Okay, remember this... Okay, so this artist... I can't... God damn it. Okay. This artist is like, you betrayed my Yuri fans. Okay, so it was... She drew a straight couple. Because she used to draw a lot of, like, just Yuri. Or it was Genshin character. Okay. Red flags. Genshin fans. Genshin Yuri fans, big red flags, very dangerous. You do not want them. They are sickos or freaks. I think I talked a lot about it earlier, but be very careful of them. More like artists is like, oh, you're cute. I think this is another Genshin character that came out, and artists like, oh, yeah, same thing. I talk about online sapphics when they have to harass another Asian artist and going offline because they're bored. Yeah. Okay, this is another one that was accused of AI. Yeah, this one was accused of AI. Oh, it was this one because it's like 4 feet. The hands look weird. Like there's 4 fingers. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, your red line's in the fucking way. Yes, 3 fingers there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what the fuck. And his leg looks weird, and I don't know. Basically, this is the AI meme. Like you circle red dot. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. AI slap. So yeah. And he's like, I'll post the layer soon. By the way, what the hell is traced AR? Is AI? Is it AI now, or is it traced art? So if it's traced, it can't be AI. It's right. So he's like, so it's traced, but it's AI. Wait, the fuck you talking about? Yeah, most people like if you know what you're looking, it can be pretty off. And sometimes, oh, yeah, it just looks kind of weird, and that could just be an artist. And I can kind of see why you might think it, but I'm pretty sure the dude. I think he showed his layers. Well, let's see. Let's see. I'm playing with fire with this one. Yeah. Okay. Okay. See. He brought his receipts. He brought his See. So he's showing his colors, he's showing his art line, he's showing the background. Are the lines of the column collinear across occlusion? God. Sometimes people make, anatomical mistakes. Sometimes they draw things weird, sometimes style, sometimes, whatever. But he's showing his, and then I think I remember seeing someone's like, oh, he AI different ones and he spliced them together. And I'm like, if you're putting that much, and he's like, oh, you AI'd the body, then you traced around with a pencil or your pencil tool. It's like, oh, you just spliced together all these AI stuff into one thing. I'm like, if you're splicing together a bunch of stuff and it looks this good, yeah, there's weird stuff. If it looks this good and this consistent, it's like, it's like, I think he put in enough work that he's like, no, that's art. Yeah, it originally started as AI, but no, he transformed it. Oh, okay. No, not an enemy. If you have something in the background that's... Okay. I should have... Collinear across... I'm sorry, I'm... Oculate. Okay. I should know that, because I was in photography. I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah, so it wouldn't make that right. It's too straight, and if it's like at angles, yeah, it fucks that up hard. Yeah. Because it's going for a messier, there's like kind of unevenness and... But there's nothing that's like, oh, it's AI slump. No, it looks way too uniform. Hope it's traced art. Yeah. Okay, so you had a weird hand, and there's weird fur stuff. Which, yeah, it's kind of weird, but I think you proved that it is true. So it was just a. Oh, and he's like, you're furry. Okay. I think I did I scare enough people away? Okay, I hope we get into the real deep lore shit. Okay, this is another one. This artist, he drew Loki and Thor together. Fucking. And he made a black, incest between Thor and Loki. Do you know how many fucking people would be, if this was punishable sin? Do you know how many people would be in fucking jail if this was a punishable sin? That's half the fucking Marvel fans. They want to see Loki fuck Thor, or the other way around. And they made a black coated character aggressive. Whoa, the black coat aggressive. Ooh. It's fun. And because it's like, Clara be like, yeah. Okay, now this is the last one, because this one had a very funny one, and I think did I save it? Okay, let me bring that up. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, so there's this artist, I forgot his name, Tian Kazuki. Okay, so there's this guy artist named Tian Kazuki, and he used to do a lot of Genshin Impact stuff, and one thing he had like, he had a bunch that were like, oh, this is these characters grown up and if they had families and kids. And he did a lot of them, and because it's not canon, basically they were upset that this is not lore accurate. This misrepresents the characters. He's a twink, she's a lesbian, she wouldn't have big boobs like this. So obviously because they're not actual. This is not accurate depictions of these two characters, Arlecchio and Aether. And basically they're saying, it goes against the principle of the character. Just to name a few posts, it's going against pregnant Alexina with kids and a relationship with Aether or any other character. Alexina depicted as weak and submissive, kissing Aether or any other character depicted as strong and powerful person. Spamming this kind of content goes against the point of her being. For now, nobody knows how Arla's personality changed over time. The person that getting intended. So she's a strong, independent woman. So that you see this, like, strong, independent character, but they're putting in her power weakness. They're making her weak. And Aether, no, he's not the weak one. He's too much of a twink. So obviously, this goes against the principle of the character. And it's like, so they banned this ship art. Art depicting Archula as a person she's not meant to be. And I think this applied to other characters, but this was the big one. And if I remember correctly, I'll start getting a lot of death threats. So they shut down a whole entire Reddit. You can't shut it because this guy dared to make a straight couple. It's like, oh, she's straight, and he's not a twink, and she's not a girl boss. And it's like, okay, Reddit. Okay. Okay, let me... So that's not the only one that got him in trouble, though. That wasn't the only... So... let me look for it. Okay. Okay, so this is not him this is someone else posting his art. I forgot, I don't remember what the, nice, straight, yeah. So, I don't know what the context for this was. But this is by the same artist, and he did it with another character, and they had a kid, whatever. And this dude posted it, and he said, "You'll never overcome your irrational fear of a healthy, normal family dynamic." I don't know, somewhat, people were probably talking about, like, I don't know, polycules or something dumb like that. So he said this, and this person said, "This is not a healthy, normal family dynamic. This is a porn addiction and a weird fetish." I have a bit of a straight fetish, yeah. So two people, you know, have it with a kid. That's fetish. That's not like, oh yeah, that's something a lot of people see as like a good thing, something positive to strive for. No, that's a fetish, because I guess she looks pretty. I don't know. Is NTR wholesome at this point? Yeah. So obviously a lot of people gave him shit for that. And the original post got deleted, so you don't see all the backlash, so it's kind of hard to find. But I did eventually find... Where was it? Shit, oh god, did I lose it? God damn it, I forgot. I lost it. I saved the wrong. I saved one of the Twitters twice. I had it saved on Discord because I didn't want to lose it, but I ended up losing it. Okay. But basically, okay. I swear there is proof of this. It's hard to find because this guy, his account got deleted. Well, I think he was mass reported. And so you can't find, so it's really hard to find the thread. You have to find someone reacting to the thread to find, and that's pretty hard to do because it's a fairly old thing that happened. But all under is like, oh my god, that's disgusting. Aether is a twink, you're homophobic. And they always say, the kid looks disgusting, ooh. So it's basically them like saying, ew, gross. Aether's not a Chad, he's a twink and he takes it up the ass. And there's all these people QRTing, people like fanboy Aether getting fucked in the ass. And it's like, ooh, and it's like, this is so fucking stupid. I wouldn't call this one, this is less bullying, I guess. Well, bullying on them. Because the guy didn't give a fuck and it wasn't his art. But the other artist did end up getting his art removed. Or banned from subreddit. But yeah. So yeah, a little bit of funniness, a little bit. We're getting a little edgy. Whoa, we're getting a little. We're getting a little spicy. Ooh, take that, woke people. I guess I don't know. Okay, it looks like I scared everyone else except for the cool-based people. So I think that's it. What did this accomplish? Nothing. Just me ranting. I don't know. But if you're a VTuber sport, yeah. So basically, people are assholes. People become assholes for really stupid reasons. You don't like something, ooh, and how people being assholes. Like, oh, here's another one. I forgot why this one was getting shown. Okay, this one. Oh, 6-year-olds. Ooh, lolly. Ooh. Oh, this artist, apparently this artist got harassed for this because he made a 3D version of the canon ending, like, because this was when the remake was coming out. Is like, she like remade a scene from the first game. And people are like, no, this is Rebirth, that's not canon. You know, why would you do this? Oh, you hate. They're like, you're drawing this because you hate shipping Cloud with Aerith. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Oh, God. A lot of stupid. Oh, here's another one. There's a couple, so there's been a couple artists that, there's a parody of, like, oh, their own version, their own character as the Uno smug Miku. And a bunch of people, luckily this person, this person luckily didn't back down. He's like, I made this animation for it. If you refer me as a pedophile because of this, your guys is so funny. Also, Chinese. And I like this response. This is the first time I've seen someone scolding the cook while eating. I mean, that's basically like trying to have your cake and eat it too. But I like that. I don't know. That's a good one. So yeah. Yeah. Like, I know people shit on this one, but this, I don't know. This artist did not. I know. Oh, gosh. It's all a clusterfuck. People got mad at Asian artists because they're like, oh, they're white, and so okay, you know what? I'm not going to get into that. Basically, people get angry and stupid and start shit, which gets other people angry, and then they start shit, and then everyone just looks like an asshole and just becomes a ping pong where everyone gets a turn to point at the other one because they were being an asshole and like, no, you're bad. No, you're bad. Anyway, yeah. If you don't like something, just block it and don't look. Anyway, and AI witch hunts, people are stupid. They will look for things that are not there. Yeah, JPR started push back in. Yeah. When you start making the Japanese, if you're radicalizing the Japanese, a lot of these, like, yeah, they're like nationalist Japanese and people like, oh, Japan have like stereotypes and stuff. A lot of that's out of ignorance, because Japanese people, they just don't know black people. They just, oh, okay, cool. They'll have like stereotypes. If you want racist Asians, Chinese, the Chinese are like Olympics in racism, but the Japanese, really, a lot of like, you know, racism, quote unquote, is a lot of it's just out of ignorance. They just don't know. And a lot of this quote racism, like whitewashing, they're not doing it to like because they don't like people. A lot of times, it's just, well, one, it's like people can like however they want. Like if you want to make a white character black, you want to make like, well, that's your prerogative. Also, a lot of times, a lot of the other stories, like, yeah, I'm trying to achieve something with this color composition, and I did it lighter just because it worked for this better. And people were like, no, that's wrong. And yeah. basically people are so gung-ho about, I don't know, maybe because I consume a lot of drama, so maybe I perpetuate that to some extent. People are just so people just want to jump and bite us on it, have something to like be a moral crusader over. And they just see something and they're like, yeah, no, fuck you. And they get angry and they want to be like, yeah, fuck you, I feel good. Or like, they just want to be a moral busybody. They see something weird and they're like, no, you can't have it because that's weird. And you know, sometimes it's understandable where it is. Sometimes they're just, hello, Senna, you missed it. You missed all the racism and the sexism and the homophobia and AI. Sorry, you missed it. We're ending. But yeah, so okay, I yapped way too long, 3 hours. Out of like the 10 people that came to watch, only 4 are still around. Hell yeah, I filtered people out. Do you think this is a holdover from online cancellation people now that they were yeah. I mean, it's always it's always been kind of thing, but Twitter just makes it so easy to do, and there's just such a culture of like call out culture and cancel, and seeing people is like, it's kind of like it's fucking sick. He always managed to find the streams just as they're ending. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I talked forever. I hope I made you people bored. I hope I burned bridges and got aggro. I hope I ruined relationship. Ooh, because I talked about basically stuff that you probably shouldn't be talking about if you want to be safe. But you know, this stuff just made me. This is my pet peeve. I hate when people just go after artists for no fucking reason. It's stupid. And some of it's funny. Like the top one, I don't know, wasn't so. It's stupid. But others, like, not only are you accusing people of like stuff and like make them want to leave the internet, and like they make them like, oh, I don't want to draw anymore. You know, bullying. You also ruin their reputation, and you're and a lot of times you're accusing them of stuff that, you know, can ruin your like brand if you're trying to be an artist as a career, or you know. It's not as severe as like accusing other people of other horrible stuff, but calling someone like stuff AI will set people fucking off. And if there's just enough like if an artist is just like, oh yeah, he just has wonky stuff or inaccurate stuff about something, that will set people off. They're like, ooh, that is weird. Oh, is that AI? And then they see like a fusion of like, oh, what if Cream the Rabbit was like Sonic the Hedgehog? They'll see that, no, that's AI. And then, yeah, that's how we get here. Anyway,